sin odia que hoy día fue la despedida. Entonces venga y despida.
St. James Trojan football is on the air. This year's broadcast is brought to you by Gunthorpe Financial, Montgomery Dentistry, Zaxby's, Breck Honey State Farm, Regions Bank, Alabama 811, J.C. Love Probate Judge, Merrill Lynch Webb Chastain, Adams Drugs, Brindle Sprinkler Company, Southern Specialty Physicians, Alabama One Credit Union, TW Orthodontics, Moore Company Realtors, Montgomery County Sheriff Derek Cunningham, Encore Rehab, Merrill Lynch Jake Ray, CB&S Bank, Just for Grins Orthodontics, Riverbank and Trust, Gulf States Distributors, Cadell Construction, Dentistry for Children, Katie Steenwinder, Houston Clinic, Cross Country Mortgage, Doug's 2 Salon, and Montgomery Paint and Body. Now, here's tonight's broadcast of the St. James Trojans.
When you analyze a high school football schedule, there are some games that you circle. Now, some games are region games, and they have a lot to do with what happens in the playoffs, and some games are important for other reasons. And then there are those games that you circle maybe even twice. Good evening, everybody, and welcome. It's Friday night in Alabama, and this is St. James Trojan football. We join you tonight from Boykin Ragsdale Field here on the campus of Trinity Presbyterian School, where the St. James Trojans will take on the Trinity Wildcats in one of those games that have been circled for a long, long time. This is the Trojans' biggest rival. There's no question about that, and I think the people from Trinity will say the same thing. This is the game that the young men who will wear blue and gold tonight circled back in the summer when it was steamy hot. They were participating in those 7-on-7 contests all over the state when the linemen were working hard in the weight room. This was the game that the young men talked about. This is the one that they'll talk about years from now. This is a rivalry that, quite honestly, in the last few years has been controlled by the St. James Trojans. But tonight, this will be perhaps the biggest challenge of the season for St. James. Trinity, 4-1 and highly ranked in Class 3A. St. James continuing to remake itself into a different football team. That journey will continue tonight. Yep, there are games that count, and then there are games that really count. I think you know what I mean. And this one counts a lot. It's St. James football on WRBZ, and we'll be right back.
If joint pain or an athletic injury has you out of the game, call the Houston Clinic team at 334-245-6605. Doctors Lee Murphy and Derek Wessner are seasoned healthcare providers working to provide high-quality sports medicine care to the athletes of the River Region. Dr. Murphy is an orthopedic surgeon. His clinical focus is on shoulder, elbow, and knee disorders. Dr. Wessner is a veteran and a no-operative sports medicine physician, specializing in the no-operative treatment of all musculoskeletal conditions. Doctors Murphy and Wessner are part of the Houston Clinic on Taylor Road in Montgomery.
Go, go, go. That's life. And at CB&S Bank, we help you keep up. We're redesigning financial freedom with the most sophisticated digital products. Check balances, pay bills, transfer funds, manage your card, and even deposit checks from wherever you are. Make purchases using your CB&S Bank debit card through your mobile device with Mobile Wallet in participating stores and restaurants. Learn more at cbsbank.com. Charges and fees may apply from your cellular service provider. Contact your service provider for information. Member FDIC.
Adams Drugs is proud to be a sponsor and partner with the St. James football program. We have served families of the River Region for over 62 years. At Adams Drugs, we take pride in our excellent customer service and our commitment to the community. We offer wellness screenings, compounding, immunizations, a specialty pharmacy, and delivery service, just to name a few. Let Adams be your pharmacy choice. Visit us at adamsdrugs.net for the location nearest you.
All aboard for healthy smiles. At Dentistry for Children, they love to make kids smile. Dr. Schreiber and Dr. Thomas specialize in pediatric dentistry, treating infants, children, and patients with special needs. You can trust Dentistry for Children to provide the highest quality care for children of all ages. Beautiful smiles begin at Dentistry for Children. Call today to make your appointment with their professional caring staff. Dentistry for Children in Montgomery and Wetumpka, proudly making kids smile for over 40 years.
Well, we're back here at Boykin Ragsdale Field on the campus of Trinity Presbyterian School as the Trojans get ready to take on perhaps their most intense rival, the Trinity Wildcats. The Wildcats come into tonight's game with a 4-1 record. They play in Class 3A, so not a lot of common opponents to look at as we prepare to try to analyze this game, and that's really not unusual. These two schools, almost exactly the same size, have played very little in region play over the years. In fact, since way back in 2007, these schools have only been in the same region, although separated by only about 4 miles or so. They've only been in the same region 6 times, 6 seasons since 2007. That's hard to say. But the Trojans are 4-2 in those region games. But tonight, again, this will not be a region contest. This is week 6 of the season, and it is a non-region Friday night for the entire state of Alabama. That doesn't mean this game doesn't mean something, because it absolutely does. These are young men who go to church together. They've played baseball together all the way back to Dixie Youth. And these are young men that when they are men and have a wife and family, that they'll still know each other in business and those kinds of things. And it'll be a game they'll talk about, especially for the seniors on these football teams. They'll talk about it for a long, long time. These two teams come into tonight's game, both of them, quite honestly, on a pretty good hot streak. Last Friday night, Trinity had its way absolutely with Slocum. In fact, 4-1, the only loss so far to Reeltown, a highly ranked Class 2A team for Trinity. And they've been able to run the football, which should be a surprise to no one, averaging about 160 yards a game on the ground for Trinity so far this season. And the Trojans will face a big challenge of being able to stop the run tonight. If they're not able to, then this could be a long night for St. James. It's a very balanced Trinity team. Again, they come in averaging about 160 yards a game through the air and 130 yards per game on the ground. And they'll be led by their own 9th grade quarterback. I say their own because week 2 of the season against Montgomery Academy, the Eagles led by a 9th grade quarterback. This one, a big left-handed kid, Patton Mitchell, who started the season playing a little wide receiver. He is clearly the quarterback of the future for Trinity, but Thompson McNeese had a little difficulty in that Reeltown game, turned the ball over. And the coaching staff has turned to Mitchell, and he's done just fine. Thank you very much. 28 completions on only 38 throws in his 3 games as a starter for 416 yards, 6 touchdowns, really important, no interceptions. And that's what Trinity was looking for out of the quarterback. Don't turn the ball over. Be careful. Rely on this Trinity defense, which has been very, very productive this football season. For St. James, the Trojans, again, as we've said the last couple of weeks, really a tale of 2 seasons. The Trojans are 3-2, 3-0 in region play after dropping their first 2 games of the year to Montgomery Catholic and Montgomery Academy, believe it or not, giving up 77 points in those first 2 games. The Trojans have turned it around and have really changed the way they are playing football, and that carried forward last Friday night when we were in Talladega, and the Trojans won 35-12 to move their region game winning streak all the way to 26 straight games. The last loss back in 2020 in region play. But again, to illustrate how the Trojans have shifted their offensive view of things, St. James ran the ball only 38 times in those 2 losses. 43% of the plays from scrimmage were runs. In the 3 wins, the Trojans have thrown only 27 passes and have run the football 104 times. 80% of their plays have been runs. In the first 2 games, 6 turnovers. In the last 3 games, 4 turnovers. 4 is too many, but 4 is a big improvement in 3 games, meaning you average about 1.3 turnovers in the last 3 games. And the Trojans were averaging 3 turnovers in the first 2 football games. This shift to the running attack has helped St. James control the clock. It has also helped St. James again to eliminate the turnovers that really plagued this football team in those 2 losses. The quarterback's the junior, Chase Perry. He's completed 29 of 75 passes for 570 yards, 4 touchdowns, and those 6 interceptions. And again, that is a big issue. 5 of those interceptions coming in the first 2 games. So, since then, the Trojans have shifted their philosophy, and it has worked very well in the last 3 region games wins over Bullitt County, over top 10 ranked Hanley, and then last week over Talladega. The Trojans will rely on the running of Pruitt Connor and Grant Phillips. Phillips with 158 yards on the season on 29 carries. That's a 5.5 yards per carry average, and that's good at any level of football. And then the inside tough running, the Trojans will call on Pruitt Connor, who will play most of the night at linebacker, but he's also carried the ball 29 times, but for only 49 yards, but 2 touchdowns and a lot of tough running inside. When the Trojans throw the football, Chase Perry will be looking for Tabor Alford. There's just no question about that. Perry's completed 29 passes, 14 of those to Alford for 390 yards and 3 touchdowns. Alford not likely to break the all-time single-season record that he set last season when he caught 18 passes. But last week, 2 big touchdown catches with more than 100 yards receiving last week. Mason Craig has 5 catches on the season for 85 yards. And that's kind of a quick look at the St. James offense. Turning to Trinity, the senior running back, Chase Parker, has 323 yards on 54 carries and 4 rushing touchdowns for the Wildcats. And the receivers, really 2 guys carrying much of the load. Xavier Boswell with 16 catches for 228 yards and 5 TDs, and Chase Lashley, 5 catches for 131 yards. So offensively, that's kind of where Trinity will turn and where they will look. And offensively for St. James, certainly you'll hear the name Grant Phillips, Pruitt Connor, Tabor Alford, Mason Craig, and then Chase Perry, the quarterback. The St. James defense certainly has been the beneficiary of the way the Trojans have shifted their approach to playing the game the last 3 weeks. St. James moved to a starting offensive line that's made up of 5 guys that are playing very little offense, trying to move to what is not a complete 2-platoon system with their guys up front, but pretty close to that for St. James, and that has benefited the Trojans on the defensive side of the football. Up front, C.J. Edwards expected to be able to go tonight, at least on a limited basis. Couldn't go last Friday night. Played only a handful of plays as the long snapper. Didn't play from the line of scrimmage at all, except for snapping on punts. But you expect St. James or St. James expects to have C.J. Edwards back up front with Dylan Hines, Will Wright, Charlie Cutler, Max Ward, and Will Steenwinder. Those 6 guys will play the 4 up front positions most of the night, and those will be the names that you hear. And on offense, those guys may come in for spotted duty, but you're not going to see them playing a great deal of snaps on offense. And it's important to mention about the changes in the offensive line. Last Friday night, Warren Skelly got his first start. He really on the depth chart would be the number 3 center. C.J. Edwards would be the number 2 center, and then the starter would be J.B. Braswell. J.B. Braswell did not dress last Friday night, and again, C.J. Edwards unable to go. So in the Trojans' 35-12 victory, Warren Skelly had to carry the load at center up there, and he did a very good job for the Trojans. We also expect to see Caleb Green at one tackle, Jack Caradori at the other, and then at the guard positions, we'll see a Will Stingwinder, and you might see Will Wright in there. If not Will Wright, then the Trojans may make some other adjustments up front in the offensive line. They do expect to have J.B. Braswell back at center. This is a football rivalry that over the history has certainly been tilted Trinity's way. But in the last 8 meetings, the Trojans have won 7 of those. Last year, Trinity scored on its first possession, went for 2 and made it, and that was really it for the Wildcats. From that point on, it was 100% St. James and all St. James. The Trojans won 47-8. In fact, the last 3 meetings, the Trojans have doubled up the Wildcats. St. James scoring 126 points and Trinity only 64. But tonight, we certainly expect this game to be a dogfight if St. James can keep up its side of the bargain. This is as good a football team as Trinity has had in the last 4 or 5 seasons, ranked in the top 10 in Class 3A, fully expecting to go deep into the 3A playoffs. At the 3A level, Mobile Christian and St. James dominated really play in the southern part of the state the last 2 seasons. Both of those 2 teams have moved up to Class 4A along with a couple of other teams that were in it at the end in the playoffs. And so looking at the 3A competition, Trinity in the South would have to be among the favorites to have a chance to make it to the state championship game this season. So the Trojans will have their work cut out for them tonight here at Boykin Ragsdale Stadium as St. James has come inside the bypass, made this short trip here to take on one of its oldest, not the oldest rival, but one of the oldest, and certainly the one that is the most important if you talk to St. James folks. And if you talk to Trinity folks, they'll tell you this is their most important game of the season as well. As we usually do, just before kickoff, we had the opportunity to visit with St. James head coach Aubrey Blackwell on the Trojan Scouting Report, brought to you by Alabama One Credit Union. You stay with us, and when we come back, we'll have the Trojan Scouting Report with head coach Aubrey Blackwell. This is St. James football on WRBZ.
Welcome to Flavor Showdown. It's time for the lightning round. A snack that's actually a meal.
Zaxby's Big Zax Snack?
A superhero would have this superpower.
Grilled chicken sandwich vision!
Now your favorite Zaxby's meals are only $5.99. The Big Zax Snack, boneless wings, chicken sandwich, chicken finger sandwich, or the grilled chicken sandwich meal, each served with crinkle fries and a 22-ounce drink.
Zaxby's, friends, family, flavor. Limited time only. Participating locations only.
Need a little good news in your life? Well, here's the deal. State Farm has new, lower car insurance rates in Alabama. So now you can get the great service and convenience of State Farm agent Breck Honey at an even better price. That's right. State Farm can help you save more cash and get the good neighbor service you deserve. It's the real deal for car insurance. State Farm agent Breck Honey is ready to help you save, Montgomery. Call my office today at 334-272-8423. That's 272-8423. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
If you want to see your money grow without a whole lot of fuss, well, you're sure to find some peace of mind at Riverbank and Trust.
This is Polly Hardigree, Montgomery County President at Riverbank and Trust. As your hometown community bank, we are proud to support local high school sports programs, especially St. James Friday Night Lights. Go Trojans! Best wishes on a great season. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Do you ever see someone with a smile on their face and wonder, what have they been doing? It could be because they just left the offices of Montgomery Dentistry on Woodmere Boulevard. Doctors Anderson, Robertson, and Butner have over 55 years combined dental experience and are proud to be an active part of the St. James community. Montgomery Dentistry accepts most major dental insurance plans, as well as offering an in-house discounted membership plan for patients without insurance. Montgomery Dentistry on Woodmere Boulevard. Visit them at montgomerydentistry.com.
The Trojan Scouting Report with head coach Aubrey Blackwell is sponsored by Alabama One Credit Union, your financing partner for auto, mortgage, commercial, land, agriculture, equipment, and high-interest deposit accounts. Alabama One is a proud sponsor of St. James Athletics. Join now at alabama1.org or visit any of their 27 branches statewide, including their local branches in Montgomery, Millbrook, and coming soon in Pike Road. Visit alabama1.org for more information. We're back here at Trinity Presbyterian, Sonny Brashville with head coach Aubrey Blackwell on the Trojan Scouting Report, brought to you by Alabama One Credit Union. Well, last Friday night, Coach, we were in Talladega. Never been there for a St. James football game before, and it was a little different with the injury challenges that you had.
Yeah, we did. We had two starters out up front, and JB and CJ. We decided to just rest them for a week, give them an opportunity to try to heal up, and we limited Tabor Offord's reps, and just told him we were only going to use him when we had to have him, and try to give those guys as much rest as possible. And in their place, we had Warren Skelly and Jack Caradori and Caleb Green step up. And Warren played center for the first time this year for the Trojans, and he's always kind of been our backup. He played it in spring training, so it wasn't brand new to him. But anytime you enter into a region game, you're only starting really for your second or third game in high school, and you get asked to be the center. There's a lot to our offense that goes on. And I'm really proud of Warren and what he did and how he handled it. Played really well. Caleb Green played really well for us up front. And, I'm proud of how those guys handled it. And, we blocked better. We're not nearly where we want to be in the offensive line, but we saw our grades, improved to 20 to 25% all across the board Friday night, and had a lot of big plays to go with it. And, it worked out pretty well throwing Tabor out there and some of the big plays that he had. And,
That's right.
And, we had those squared away when we needed them. I didn't want to run all of them, but I said, look, if we need to. We've got these 5 or 6 plays we know we're going to work. And I remember telling Coach Perry at halftime, I said, well, look, we're going to open up with Kansas stacked balls, and we're going to score the first play second half. So I'm hoping once we do this, we're going to be okay. And he looked at me, you got that much confidence. I promise you, Coach. This one's 100% tonight. And so too bad I didn't have a clipboard to throw it up in the air like a Kiffin. But,
hold your hands up for a touchdown. Well, you scored on your first series to start the game, too. I think that's the third week in a row that you scored on the first series. So sounds like you're scheming up the game plan pretty well.
Well, it worked out well. And we did a couple of things that we knew were going to hurt them, but they also jumped into a defensive front that we weren't prepared for either. They had been 100% under front. With a shade 5 and 9 to a tight end just about all year. And then against us, they came out in a 6-2. They ran a lot of over and under, and they ran some double A gap. And so they literally changed their front every 3 plays. And so right out the gate, we gave them some stuff that they hadn't seen before, and it worked out well for us. And then Pruitt scoring for the first snap we took in the power I. We just wanted to mix up. We were so much in our short yardage these first 4 games in red eye, what we call red eye and black eye, which are on balanced short yardage package, that we wanted to mix it up. So we just took our wing back, made a power I formation that doesn't change our rules, and it gave them a look, and it paid off for us. That's Pruitt's ball. We line up in that and toss the ball on the weak side for the first time of us being in power I. And if that's not something you prepare for, it's hard to cover. Because there's 3 extra gaps created in the power I on the toss sweep. And so I'm proud of how we're handling it. It has been a good start. We're going to need that start again tonight. And especially with the conditions that this field is going to be under. And but overall, last week, really proud of it. I'm proud of Chase. Chase made some really good throws last week, and we broke the 150 mark in the passing game, broke the 150 mark in the running game, and not where we want to be penalty wise. I think I think as a team on Sunday, that was a lot of our focus on the negative side of things. That hey guys, this has got to improve. A couple of knuckleheaded moves on a couple of personal fouls that shouldn't have been there. So we've got to handle the chippiness of a game. When there's a lot of jawing back and forth, we got to handle that better. And we've told them we know that they're going to be prodded tonight. There's no doubt. I don't care who you play, whether you play for St. James or Montgomery Catholic, or Trinity's they're going to poke at our guys, they always have, and we've got to be level-headed tonight and keep our focus on St. James.
Well, and we're halfway through the season. We talked about that a little last week, but 3-2, 3-0 in region play. I suspect, if I'd said before the season started, you can play those 3 region games or just be undefeated, you would have taken being undefeated.
Yeah.
It's been a real transformation in what you've done with the team in the last 3 weeks. I said near the end of the Hanley game, it seems like that Montgomery Catholic game was about 3 months ago, because everything you're doing is different, and the playing more kids seems to have made a huge difference.
Huge difference. And, being able to get multiple guys out there, and that's good for more than just one thing. I mean, that's great for our future, because a lot of the kids that we're playing that we weren't playing in those first 2 games are juniors and sophomores. And so that's good for us. That's good for our growth as a program. It helps the locker room and the energy, helps the focus and practice when you have more people out there that know they got to contribute and got to pay attention. So, overall, really proud of that. Really proud of what Coach Corley is doing on defense. Jeff is doing an amazing job. They know exactly what they're supposed to do. He's been extremely detailed in his game plans. Our guys are where they're supposed to be. Again, going to be another critical part in the game plan tonight. But Jeff is working tirelessly, and really proud of him and Jackson Hammock and what they're doing right over there on the defense side of the ball.
So last Friday night, St. James 35, Talladega 12. Here tonight is St. James versus Trinity, and we'll talk about the Wildcats in just a minute. You stay with us. We'll be right back. This is St. James Football on WRBZ.
Hello, I'm Sheriff Derek Cunningham of the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office. I'm glad to see that you are a proud supporter of St. James football, but also remember, when you're going out to the football game, make sure you pack a designated driver. Right now, during the holiday season and coming up holiday season, we can see a lot of people on the roads, and we want you to feel safe. So make sure when you're packing your tailgate supplies that you pack a designated driver.
At TW Orthodontics, we go above and beyond in caring for the needs of our patients by offering a wide array of affordable treatments that deliver beautiful smiles. Using the most effective and efficient treatment methods, such as Invisalign and braces, our orthodontic specialists are eager to help you achieve the smile you deserve. When you come to our office, you're not just a patient, you're family. 4635 Woodmere Boulevard in Montgomery, twortho.com.
When you speak with patients at Just for Grins Orthodontics, you hear things like, "The staff is great. My daughter's teeth look perfect. I've been using them for over 2 years, and my service has been nothing short of amazing." Or, "My teeth have always made me a little self-conscious. Just for Grins fixed that, and not only do my teeth look great, they make me feel great." If you or your family need braces or Invisalign in a lively environment using the latest technologies with over 3 decades of experience, let's make the smile of your dreams a reality. Visit justforgrinsortho.com.
Confidence, experience, credibility. When your family is at stake, you need an attorney who's built a reputation on these 3 words. Katie Steenwinder. Whether it's divorce, custody, adoptions, or child support, Katie Steenwinder. Serving clients from Prattville and Wetumpka to Montgomery and Elba, Katie Steenwinder has developed her reputation with credibility, experience, and confidence. Call the law office of Katie Steenwinder in Montgomery, 262-2844. When your family is at stake, Katie Steenwinder. No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
We're back here on the Trojan Scouting Report, brought to you by Alabama One Credit Union with head coach Aubrey Blackwell. It's Game 6, St. James versus Trinity. It's a non-region game, Coach, and that's a bit of a change. In terms of St. James tonight, we talked a little bit about injuries a few minutes ago. How do things look in terms of what players are available?
Everybody's on the field tonight, and JB and CJ will play. We're hoping that their injuries don't have any relapses, but they've practiced this week. They've done well. Tabor's practiced every day this week. He is feeling really good. That 1 week off really helped him. Really helped us get to where he's feeling as close to 100% as he's felt all year. We're going to need that out of him tonight, and so it's all hands on deck. It's good. We're in a good place tonight, and it's going to be a muddy mess, and So, but
For both teams.
Yeah, for both teams, third time we played in wet field conditions. So, here we go.
Now, your defense, as you mentioned a few minutes ago, giving up 36 points in the last 3 games, 77 points in the first 2. So certainly a big improvement in that regard. And tonight, talk a little bit about the challenge that you'll face with Trinity.
Well, unlike a normal Trinity team, this Trinity team right now wants to run the football. They're 75% run this year, and they're bringing out a lot of heavy sets, a lot of 2 tight end looks with double sniffers. They've run some single wing stuff. They stay in a bunch set with 2 tight ends and a tight receiver a lot. They really believe in their offensive line and the size that they have, which they do. They have some really good size on both sides of the ball. And, they really try to impose their will in the run game, which, usually is not the case. Usually you're getting ready all week to sling it 100 times.
Running from one side of the field to the other.
That's right. And slow screens and quick tempos and things like that. So it's not a typical Trinity that we know, but Coach Seymour is putting his stamp on the program, what he wants. And so that's the challenge tonight. So it's going to be very similar to what we've seen the last 4 weeks, of a lot of downhill running and a lot of tight sets. And, we're going to have to play really well, especially in our 5 and 9 techniques tonight. Got to play well. They got to control the gaps. They love to run off tackle. They love running counter, and then a lot of play action waggle off of those things. And so, that when that happens, you're really dependent upon, your back half getting to the crossers. You're depending on your outside linebackers to keep contained and to make sure we spill the pulls. And just continue to be physical. I think it's been the biggest thing that everybody's been surprised of is how physical we can be on the defensive side of the ball. We've got to continue to do that tonight.
Well, I was going to ask you about the guys up front. I mentioned a little shift in playing some additional people on offense, so they're getting some rest.
That's right.
But really, those 3 interior defensive linemen have played really well for you. CJ, right. Charlie. And
Max Ward and Will Wright. I mean, they've been really good. And, we've added, since we're really having them focus on that side, so we're using Caleb Green and Jack Caradori and Warren Skelly and J.B. Braswell and Will Steinwinder on the offensive line. And so, tonight it's going to be a lot cooler tonight than it's been the last 4 weeks. And so I expect to get more reps out of CJ and Max on the offensive line. And as the same as I expect to give Charlie a little bit more reps on the defensive line. And so, maybe not split the game like we've done the last 3 weeks. So we'll just see how it goes. We'll see how we're controlling the front with what we want and how we're doing on both sides, whether how our offensive line is playing or how not. And so we'll adjust that as the game goes. But I anticipate it's going to be a really, both of us are going to try to run the ball a lot in this field condition. And so I don't expect it to be a, 150 play football game. I expect this to be, about 105, 110 if Trinity stays and holds into what they've done over the last 5 weeks.
Well, and they're playing a 9th grade quarterback, talented young man, but a young man, and that I think contributes to them trying to run the football more than they normally do. Let's talk a minute about your offense. You mentioned it before the break, just in passing, but in the last 3 weeks, there's been a bunch of improvement and your quarterback is playing much better.
Yeah, he is, absolutely. And he's doing what we ask him to do, and he's making the throws when we need him. We're trying to help him by putting him on the run a little bit more, getting him outside of the pocket, using the run to set up the pass, especially early in games. And so that's really helped him. And that's just an adjustment of philosophy of me, getting more away from RPO and more into play action. Won't see much different out of that tonight out of me. We with the condition of the field and the ball, I expect early in this game to try to get some balls out pretty quick. I want to make sure we keep it simple, and I want to see what we can do in the box. I really do. I want us to be physical up front and run the ball and control the clock and keep our defense off the field as much as we can.
Well, and in doing that, you're going to rely on your 2 linebackers over on offense. And if you talk a minute about Wills, Johnson, and Pruitt, Connor.
Well, you can't speak enough about both of their effort. Both of these guys. Pruitt hurt his ankle in the Bullitt County game, and he is slowly, gradually getting better. I think we saw some bursts last week out of him where he started to look like his old self running the football. And Grant Phillips has been a great, mixer for us, throwing him in at running back some. He's really doing a great job of running the buck sweep. And then Wills is kind of my everything guy. I mean, Wills will play H-back and when we're in a regular. He'll play wing back when we're in wing T, and he'll also play the fullback when we're in wing T. Wills does an excellent job in seeing the trap and the down. And, so we just keep it mixing. And thank goodness for us, Miles Zukowski has done a really good job too, and stepping up and helping us in the backfield, as is Mason Craig. So, that early in the Bullitt County game, that was my mistake, not having enough guys coached up on running the football out of the wing T. And that's helped us these last 2 weeks in our success because we're not wearing one or two kids out. We're not wearing Pruitt and Wills out, so we're able to use Grant and use Miles and use Mason so I can keep them doing what they do best, and that's make tackles.
Play defense.
That's right. Play defense and fly around, be physical, and make tackles. As long as those two guys are freed up to do that, we have a chance to be successful.
Yeah, absolutely. And in 4A football, you're not going to see a pair of linebackers a whole lot better than those two. That's right. For sure. All right, it's St. James versus Trinity tonight. Coach, give us a final thought or two about what the Trojans will need to do to get out of here with a win.
Big plays. It's a big play night, whether we make them and how we hold them down to none. Special teams is going to play a game tonight because it's going to be a wet ball every time it's kicked. All right, so we've got to grab a turnover and we got to keep from turning over the ball. And then tonight, let's control the line of scrimmage. We've been here before. This is the third game we've played on a wet field. And, we need to prove that, we can go out, we can do this physically and make the plays when we need to make them. But, hey, it's rivalry week. Ain't a more fun game to play. There's other schools around here that have canceled. And, our guys, we're us at Trinity, we're going to go out here and play in the mud. We're going to be washing uniforms all weekend, but we're going to go get after it. So I hope, I hope that I hope all the Trojan Nation comes out. If you're listening and you're still thinking about coming to this game, come watch your boys tonight. Come hang out with the Trojans. You can listen on your cell phone. Throw your AirPods in and come on out and enjoy this football game tonight. It's going to be great.
Thank you very much, Coach. We appreciate it. We'll be right back. This is St. James Football on RBZ.
If you want to see your money grow without a whole lot of fuss, well, you're sure to find some peace of mind at Riverbank and Trust.
Hi, this is Billy Wiggum with Riverbank and Trust. When you need a winning game plan for your finances, trust our home team of community bankers. From local banking expertise to newest innovations and technology, we have all the right strategies for your financial success. Experience the home team advantage for yourself at Riverbank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
If you're looking for commercial real estate, Moore Company Realty is your go-to choice. The experienced team has a deep understanding of local markets and can help you find the perfect commercial property for sale or lease. They also offer comprehensive commercial property management services to ensure your investment is well taken care of. Their expertise and dedication to client satisfaction has allowed them to thrive for over 130 years. Find out more at moorecompanyrealty.com.
I'm Cliff Meidel, two-time Olympic athlete in the sport of sprint kayaking. In 1986, my life changed forever when I struck 3 buried high-voltage cables while working on an excavation site. 30,000 volts of electricity blew through my body. I'm lucky to be alive and able to walk again. Accidents like mine can be avoided with a simple call to 811.
Accidents can happen to anyone. Know what's below. Always call 811 before digging. Brought to you by Alabama 811.
Has an accident cramped your style? At Montgomery Paint and Body, we turn uh-oh into wow. Whether it's a tiny fender bender or total body repair, we'll have your ride looking stunning, maybe even better than before. When life throws a collision your way, count on us to smooth out the stress. We don't just fix cars. We treat every customer like family, because that's what the Turners are all about. From little fender benders to total body repair, visit Montgomery Paint and Body, East Shirley Lane on the East Boulevard, or call 27-REC. At Montgomery Paint and Body, your vehicle will be as good as new, maybe better.
You are listening live from Ragsdale Boykin Field inside the Loop. There we go, here in Montgomery. It's St. James Trojan football, and tonight St. James is facing off against arguably their biggest rivalry, the Trinity Wildcats. I'm J.R. Brown. I'll be trying to do the call for you this evening. Sonny Brassfield is taking care of business at a place closer to the remnants of Hurricane Helene. I've also got with me Brad Armagast, our stats guru, and our just absolutely fantastic IT man, Cutler.
The cut.
The cut. Couldn't do it without him.
No doubt.
We are getting ready for play. The field took a lot of water, and it's still pretty wet and squishy. The captains are out there for both teams, and the coin flip has just been made. It was called by Braylon Corley, and it looks as if Braylon called. Well, they've just now done it. He looks like Braylon did call the winning call, as the referee is showing them where to stand. St. James did win the toss, and they will defer
to the second half.
Trinity will receive, and St. James will defend the south end zone to start. This is a big game, and Trinity is off to a 4-1 record, only losing to Reeltown. St. James, after an 0-2 start against city foes, has won 3 region games in a row. This is not a region game for the first time in how many years?
I know. How long has that been?
I believe it may have been maybe 8 years the last time Trinity was in 4A and St. James is in 3A.
Yeah.
Trinity has a resounding lead in this all-time series, but St. James has won 7 of the last 8 games to take a big chew out of that cookie.
Yep.
We're hoping that, St. James will not do as they've done in the last 3 games. They've taken the opening drive and scored in 6 plays or less. Trinity will have the ball to start with, and they're getting ready. They've got a brand new inflatable football at their end. This is Back in Black night at Trinity, something they must have borrowed from Alabama Christian, although they are going to be wearing their blue uniforms with the blue helmets and the Wildcat print on the helmet, white pants with blue and red stripes. St. James in their traditional road unis, the white with the blue numbers, gold and blue stripes, and they're wearing the gold pants this evening. And they are in the north end zone, getting about ready to come through the St. James sign. Here come the cheerleaders, and here come the Trojans. And I was wrong. They are wearing the blue pants tonight. These new reading glasses don't do much for the color. It's a fabulous weather night here. We had clouds and we had wind until probably about 45 minutes ago. The clouds are, I'd say, probably 90% gone. We have maybe a light breeze. It would be blowing across the field from the southwest to the northeast, which really doesn't seem to favor anybody, but it is toned down considerably in the last 20 minutes. Very comfortable, maybe 75 degrees at the most. No problem with humidity, and considering the way the weather was the last 2 days, I don't think anybody would complain.
We'll take this weather. Yeah, I mean, the flag actually is at a dead still. There's a little breeze over here on the visitors' side, and it's just a beautiful night for football.
Oh, wonderful. And there's 10 flags directly across the line, and when the wind blows, it goes up against that building, and you can see them, and they are, for the first time all night, completely still.
Yep.
St. James we're about a minute away from kickoff. Dylan Hines has the ball, and he is going to be ready to kick off. First time in a while that St. James has kicked off on the first drive, and Trinity is still on the sides. And they lined up on the wrong side. As we said, St. James is going to be defending the south end zone, so they'll switch sides. Our referees are meeting at the field, and we are going to be ready for play in just moments. Again, we emphasize this is not a region game. We'll talk about it later, but there's going to be a huge region game next week and homecoming to boot, but we'll go more into that later in the game. Hines is ready to kick off, and Trinity is sending 3 men deep. Looks like the deepest will be number 22, Chase Parker, and they're sending another deep. Patton Mitchell, number 13, they're back at the 10-yard line. As you notice, or may remember, Dylan Hines has been trying some pooch kicks, but early in the game last week, he managed to get several kicks inside the 10-yard line. We are ready And there is the pooch kick to the far sideline. It is caught at the 28-yard line, and number 5, Lucas Snyder, takes it and dives forward from the 28-yard line to about the 33. Nobody got a hand on him. He went to the ground. They're actually going to mark him forward to the 35, and Trinity will take over there 1st and 10.
Yeah, he just kind of stumbled and fell forward after he caught it. Nobody really affected his ability there.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what kind of play Trinity comes out. When you expect them to do run heavy, they'll pass. When you expect them to do pass heavy, they'll run and pass. So we'll start. We'll see. They line up in a bit of a compact thing. And number 10, Matthew Scholl, is taken down in the backfield, and looks like C.J. Edwards is there. And 55 also, Will Wright, both of them. It's good to see C.J. Edwards in gear and be playing more than just as a snapper.
Absolutely.
But they blew through that line and took down Schroll for about a 2-yard loss. It will be 2nd down and 12. Quarterback in the shotgun. Yelling out plays. 8 seconds on the clock. And there is a pitch forward, which is actually a pass, and Schroll has it this time.
There we go.
He's going to get the yards back he lost on 1st down, but not much more.
Nice.
Mason Craig and Grant Phillips in on that stop.
Yeah, Mason was just in a good position. He's actually getting blocked and played off the block and ended up making the tackle. A little bit of help from Grant Phillips as well, coming from that outside position.
That's going to pick up that yardage lost on 1st down, and then maybe 2 or 3 more yards. It'll be 3rd down. Looks like about 7 yards to go. A 3 and out would be a huge bonus for the Trojans right here. Trinity has 2 receivers wide right. Chase Parker in the backfield. There's a pass, and it is thrown behind the intended receiver. That was Xavier Boswell. It was incomplete. Wills Johnson was over there in the coverage, but the pass was zoomed, and no way he could have caught it, and there's our 3 and out.
So Tabor Alford going back deep. Let's make something happen right here.
Right. And you know what? I looked. There was a little bit of criticism about the lack of fans at St. James. I think we've got Trinity outnumbered this week.
We definitely do.
And so far in noise, we do. Number 16, Austin Roth, is preparing to punt. And there is pressure.
Oh, wow.
That almost got away, and that is a very bad punt. It's going to roll out of bounds. It may not have crossed midfield.
Yes, I don't think it did. Or right at it.
It's going to be right on. That was going to be a net punt of 12 yards. Fantastic field position for St. James. 10:21 to go. No score. Knee. We're a little cramped, but we've got plenty of room. Fantastic seats on the 42-yard line. St. James 1st and 10. Of course, starting quarterback is Chase Perry.
Okay.
They're bunched together. Got 1 wide out on the far sideline. Now send into motion. Charlie Cutler, Tabor Alford both go in motion. Here's the handoff up the middle.
Oh,
and no yardage there. That was Pruitt Connor who took the ball, and he goes immediately down. Looks like he ran into Fleming Hall, among others. And already you can tell in the pauper in the middle of the field is starting to get chewed up.
Yeah, it's the field is soaking wet. And we've got divots out there after just 4 or 5 plays already that you wouldn't believe.
Right. So it may behoove a team to score early. 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Johnson in motion, handoff, and this time better results.
I like that.
Connor takes the ball, and he's going to get to the 45-yard line before Xavier Boswell knocks him down with an elbow. That's going to pick up 5 yards, and it'll be 3rd down and exactly 5. Of course, Connor had a ankle injury earlier in the season, and it really slowed him down, but he picked up 65 yards last week, a lot of that on 1 run. And his new partner in crime, Grant Phillips, also picked up 65 yards, so we'd love to see them both have good nights. 3rd down, 5 yards to go. Connor in the backfield. We've got 4 wideouts. Johnson in motion. Perry takes a handoff, and he throws a backwards pass, and I think that it's going incomplete. It was intended for Tabor Alford. They are going to call that a forward pass, which is iffy at best, so it will be no yardage lost. It will be 4th down 5 yards to go, and we're going to see what St. James is going to keep the offense onto the field.
Well, they sure are. You know, if you were going to go for it on 4th, why not go ahead and run it?
That's a good point. Very good point. We got a whistle. Something is going on the far sidelines.
Yeah, they're talking to some coach. He's going to argue that it was not a forward pass.
And he would probably be right,
yeah. But there's no video replay.
And so, if it was, they started the clock, so it really shouldn't have been an incomplete pass. Perry is back. He's going for it. Oh, he's going to quick kick it, and it's going straight up, and it's going to hit and take. Oh, it's going to go a bounce straight up, and Corley was there to catch it. It is inside the 20-yard line at the 17-yard line. When Trinity comes back, let's take a 60-second break. For our sponsors, you're listening to St. James Football on WRBZ.
Hello, I'm Sheriff Derek Cunningham of the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office. I'm glad to see that you are a proud supporter of St. James football, but also remember, when you're going out to the football game, make sure you pack a designated driver. Right now, during the holiday season and coming up holiday season, we can see a lot of people on the roads, and we want you to feel safe. So make sure when you're packing your tailgate supplies that you pack a designated driver.
At TW Orthodontics, we go above and beyond in caring for the needs of our patients by offering a wide array of affordable treatments that deliver beautiful smiles. Using the most effective and efficient treatment methods, such as Invisalign and braces, our orthodontic specialists are eager to help you achieve the smile you deserve. When you come to our office, you're not just a patient, you're family. 4635 Woodmere Boulevard in Montgomery, twortho.com.
We are back, and Trinity on first down had a bad snap. It was recovered by the quarterback, Patton Mitchell, but the ball is all the way back at the 10-yard line. It is 2nd down and 16. Mitchell getting ready to pass, and he is almost tackled, and now he's got room all by himself on the far sidelines.
Oh,
He's
what a
got
stick.
A first down. He was hit hard.
What a stick.
Hit really hard by Connor, but after missing the tackle in the backfield and possibly knocking the ball away, plenty of room for Mitchell to run. He takes it 20 yards up to the 30-yard line, and that is the first down of the game.
Okay, that was a vicious tackle by Pruitt Connor.
Fantastic hit and a good thing, or he could have gotten at least to midfield. 1st down and 10, Trinity at the 30-yard line. Handoff is going not too far. Chase Parker takes the handoff. He's going to get up to the 33-yard line. Miles Zukowski was in on the first tackle. Braylon Corley was assisted. Some of the Trinity people thinks the tackling went on a little bit too far, but all is good. 4-yard gain, 2nd down, and they're already switching out balls like it was a rain game. In the center of the field, you can already see divots and looks like weed growth. 2nd down and 6. For the Wildcats, they just converted the first down of the game. 2 in the backfield with Mitchell. He's going to keep, and now he's going to pitch back. And the pitch back to Parker. He's going to get across the 35 to the 38-yard line. Run down by Dylan Hines, but that's 2 consecutive 4-yard gains, and that puts Trinity ahead of the schedule. They got 3rd down and 2 yards to go, almost directly in front of us.
Yep.
Had several times we've had pursuit by Will Wright. He just missed that big tackle on the potential sack. 3rd down and 2. Plenty of time on the clock. And the ball is handed off and
how about
nowhere.
That? Wills Johnson
and Dylan Hines teamed up and brought
Parker
back in the backfield. He may have lost a yard there, certainly gained none. And Will Wright, whomever he is guarding, is holding him up every time, and people are getting around him to the backfield. Trinity may have considered going for it, 4th and 2, but now they've brought in their punt team once again, number 16, Lawson Roth. And Tabor Alford is back at the 40-yard line. They got pressure last time, but being short yardage there, St. James is more aware of a potential fake. Ball is snapped low. It is a better punt, but not a good one, and a very favorable Trinity bounce is going to take the ball inside the 30. It's going to be blown dead at the 27-yard line. So Trinity managed to convert one first down, but had to punt it back, and St. James will have the ball. 5:19 remaining in the first quarter. I doubt we'll have the need for heat timeouts tonight with a lack of heat and humidity, but St. James will take over there, first down and 10. We'll keep it here. We'll get another sponsor mention after the next break.
You got Pruitt Connor coming in on the offense.
Right, he's brought the play in. We've got Corley deep to the far side, and right now nobody is covering him. There's the snap. Connor takes a handoff, and he's going to be wrestled out of bounds. It's actually Grant Phillips. I didn't see the one. It was the 6. And he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage, it looks like, in front of the Trojan sideline. That was 52. Thomas Wilcutt among those who had to stop. Play's going to lose about 2, maybe 3 yards. Second down and long. So for the first time in 4 games, St. James did not score on their opening drive, and we sure would love to get them on top by a touchdown in this game. Perry looking, low snap.
Ooh.
He's got plenty of time, and the pass is complete to Corley. He gets by a tackler and breaks another tackle. He's going to be slung down at the 40-yard line.
Well, I think we all saw it. They didn't pay any attention to Corley. There is a flag on the field.
Yes, there is. There is a flag.
But they paid 0 attention to Corley on the first play, and I think we picked up on it.
Right.
The flag's going to hurt us.
Unfortunately, they picked up on the flag. Holding called way back at the 25-yard line, so that's going to be a 10-yard penalty, negating a 16-yard catch and run. It's going to put St. James deep in their own territory back to 15-yard line. It's going to be second down. And they got to come all the way out near the 40-yard line to convert a first down.
Second and 23.
But that was real good for Perry to pick up that fumble snap. That's something that was a bit of a problem earlier in the year with some snaps going high and low, but that problem seemed to have rectified itself. Perry back, second down and 23. And again, the snap,
fumble.
and this time it's and Perry did not get back to it, but fortunately Connor did. Although that's going to be another loss of a few yards. Again, a low snap, and I hope I didn't jinx it. Let's get those snaps up. Ball's going to be back to the 11-yard line, and St. James is going in the wrong direction after having good field position after that punt. Third down and 26, and what do you call here? You know, it's kind of tough in pro and college football. You have a lot of those plays that you get a 15-yard penalty with an automatic first down. That's not usually the case in a high school. Down around 3.5 minutes to go. Perry is just going to hand the ball off up the middle, and that's not going to do much of anything.
No.
Phillips takes the ball, and he's going to be taken down or at the line of scrimmage. McLean Brown got the stop there. It's fourth down, and no question St. James will be bringing in Hines to punt. We'll be punting just about from the goal line. Xavier Boswell is still in Trinity territory, or in Trojan territory. He's now at midfield. Hines in the end zone. Make sure we get a good snap to him. We didn't, but he's got time to kick. It's a over-end kick, and it's going to take a fantastic bounce.
Yes.
And it's going to go inside the 45, inside the 40-yard line to the 39-yard line.
Man, what a punt.
That is exactly a 50-yard punt.
God,
we'll be back with Trinity's next possession in 60 seconds. You're listening to St. James Football on WRBZ.
When you speak with patients at Just for Grins Orthodontics, you hear things like, the staff is great. My daughter's teeth look perfect. I've been using them for over 2 years, and my service has been nothing short of amazing. Or, my teeth have always made me a little self-conscious. Just for Grins fixed that, and not only do my teeth look great, they make me feel great. If you or your family need braces or Invisalign in a lively environment using the latest technologies with over 3 decades of experience, let's make the smile of your dreams a reality. Visit justforgrinsortho.com.
Confidence, experience, credibility. When your family is at stake, you need an attorney who's built a reputation on these three words. Katie Steenwinder. Whether it's divorce, custody, adoptions, or child support, Katie Steenwinder. Serving clients from Prattville and Wetumpka to Montgomery and Elba, Katie Steenwinder has developed her reputation with credibility, experience, and confidence. Call the law office of Katie Steenwinder in Montgomery, 262-2844. When your family is at stake, Katie Steenwinder. No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Back, Trinity on first down. Matthew Stroll picked up 11 yards on a carry, and now on second down, we got a pass over the middle that is to nothing but empty space. Wasn't anybody in that area. Chase Lashley was, I guess, the intended receiver, but it was 5 yards over his head.
I was kind of thinking, gosh, I hope we didn't hold somebody on defense.
Right.
Just looked like that kind of play. Right. When you're throwing it to a big green spot and nobody's there, you're thinking, he was on a timing route and we grabbed his jersey.
Exactly. So it will be second down and 10. Trinity has the only 2 first downs in the game so far. If St. James is holding their own, this will be the first play coming up. It'll be run in Trojan territory. Once again, Boswell for the pass. Deep, and it is caught, and he is in bounds. Well downfield. Brock with a catch. He's going to be inside the 20 to, looks like down to about maybe the 15, maybe the 12-yard line.
Man.
Wide open. There was a bit of coverage, but he got a step or two behind. They're going to mark the ball at the 16-yard line. Trinity in the red zone. It's first down and 10. Now number 14, Fleming Hall is in the backfield. We'll see if that was a quick change. They will switch quarterbacks. He takes the handoff. He's going to be tackled down, but there is a flag before the snap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, is that what it is?
No, they're calling offsides against St. James.
Oh, no.
Apparently somebody lined up offsides. So that's going to push the ball close to the 10-yard line and make it first down and 5. Well, it's time for the St. James defense to hold. Again, Trinity will switch quarterbacks between Mitchell and Hall. Hall is in after Mitchell completed the sizable pass. First down and 5. We're in the last 90 seconds of a pretty quickly moving first quarter. Hall well back to himself. It has an empty backfield. He's going to keep it himself, and he is going down.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Behind the line of scrimmage. Zukowski got in first. Dylan Hines finished him off. And he's going to be back maybe to the line of scrimmage. I believe it looks like he lost a yard. We're at kind of a bad angle here. Second down and 6 from the 12-yard line. 1 minute to go. St. James, if they could hold them scoreless here, it'd be great. Field goal opportunity would be acceptable, but let's keep that 0 on the board in the first quarter. Second down, 6 yards to go. Corley is deep in the end zone. Hall's looking for room. He's going to keep it, and he is going to get hit. He runs forward, though, breaks a tackle.
Yeah, he did.
And still is not down. He's going to be inside the 10, maybe to about the 7-yard line. So he's going to pick up. And a very late flag has just gone up, and Trinity is clapping. So somebody in a white suit may have said something or gone. Said something, made a little contact. It's being talked over. Trinity went to the sidelines. That was well after the play was over. The play is going to make 5 yards. Dead ball, personal foul against St. James. And the ball at about the 6-yard line, half the distance penalty. It'd be an automatic first down anyway, but that's something that St. James had a little bit of trouble with last week. The penalties that were unnecessary.
Well, you got the first quarter, we got 3 penalties for 30 yards, and extrapolate that out, and we sure don't need 12 penalties in this ball game.
Right.
So
that will give Trinity a first down, and the ball is just about the 3-yard line. So clock is running. Trinity does not have to run a play if they do not want to. They may try to draw St. James off sides in case we watch the ball. They do snap the ball. Hall takes it, and he's taken down in the backfield by Zukowski.
Yeah, Zook got him.
Looks like he is going to pick up a bit of yardage, so maybe a yard. Now, they've have him marked down at the 1. That will be the final play of the first quarter. St. James has held them scoreless, but Trinity's only 1 yard away from the potential first score of the game. 0-0 at the end of 1. We'll be back in a minute. You're listening to St. James football on WRBZ.
If you're looking for commercial real estate, Moore Company Realty is your go-to choice. The experienced team has a deep understanding of local markets and can help you find the perfect commercial property for sale or lease. They also offer comprehensive commercial property management services to ensure your investment is well taken care of. Their expertise and dedication to client satisfaction has allowed them to thrive for over 130 years. Find out more at moorecompanyrealty.com.
Has an accident cramped your style? At Montgomery Paint and Body, we turn uh-oh into wow. Whether it's a tiny fender bender or total body repair, we'll have your ride looking stunning, maybe even better than before. When life throws a collision your way, count on us to smooth out the stress. We don't just fix cars. We treat every customer like family, because that's what the Turners are all about. From little fender benders to total body repair, visit Montgomery Paint and Body, East Shirley Lane on the East Boulevard, or call 27-REC. At Montgomery Paint and Body, your vehicle will be as good as new, maybe better.
We are back for the second quarter here at Ragsdale Boykin Field. No score right now between Trinity and St. James, but Trinity is going to have second down and maybe a yard and a half at the most at the 1 yard line. They're moving the ball in the opposite direction ever since they brought in 14 Fleming Hall. They've been doing a lot of running the ball. He's been doing a lot of keeping, and he's remaining in the game for the next play. We'll see if the Trojans can hold them out at least once here. You can't move a ball from one end of the field to the other, 1 yard line to 1 yard line. That was a 98-yard trot. Hall takes the ball, and he's going to find a hole off the guard, and he is in. Touchdown, Trinity. Zukowski had him by the shoulder maybe, but he wrestled his way in, and Trinity is on the board first, 6-0.
Yeah, the Wildcat pretty effective. They're pulling. I know I saw at least one guard being pulled, probably two, with a tackle, and the guard coming across and creating a nice hole.
All right, number 30, Ryan Basile is into attempt the extra point, and this brings up a very interesting streak for the Trojans, which has discontinued. The extra point was good. St. James had managed to stop 6 consecutive extra point attempts, but that one is good. 7-0. Let's take a quick 30-second break. St. James football on WRBZ.
Need a little good news in your life? Well, here's the deal. State Farm has new, lower car insurance rates in Alabama. So now you can get the great service and convenience of State Farm agent Breck Honey at an even better price. That's right. State Farm can help you save more cash and get the good neighbor service you deserve. It's the real deal for car insurance. State Farm agent Breck Honey is ready to help you save, Montgomery. Call my office today at 334-272-8423. That's 272-8423. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
We are back. Basil, who just converted the Trinity extra point to give them a 7-0 lead, 10 seconds into the second quarter. Preparing to kick off. He's going to kick off from the far hash mark. Tabor Alford and Braylon Corley are deep, but they're really not very deep. They're actually inside the 15-yard line, maybe anticipating a short kick of some kind.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
We've got Jackson Clifford up. We even have Caleb Green on the near sideline where he could get a kick. There's a big hole in the middle. Here is the kickoff. It is not a very good kick, and it's going to go to the sidelines. It is picked up at the 21-yard line by Corley. Probably a good idea. That ball may have rolled out of bounds, but wasn't worth the risk.
Yeah.
Corley takes the ball, and he's going to be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. It looks St. James will start first down and 10.
Okay, this is drive number 3.
Drive 3. St. James still looking for their initial first down.
Yep. On the 25-yard line.
Perry makes the call. We got both Corley and Alford on the wide side. We got Wills Johnson here on the near side. 1st and 10. Snap on one. Pass across the middle is tipped and knocked down by McLean Brown. Incomplete. And a flag has been thrown on the far sideline very late again. And this time Offord is pointing in Trinity's direction. They may have gotten Trinity for some kind of foul.
Personal foul.
It is. Dead ball personal foul against Trinity. So that's going to turn an incomplete into the first down of the game by penalty, and St. James will certainly take 15 free yards.
We'll take it.
That'll move the ball up to the 40-yard line. Perry was trying a slant play. Looked like to Corley. The ball was knocked down at the line by Brown, but the penalty gives St. James a free 15 yards, 1st down and 10 at the Trojan 40-yard line. Trinity talking it up among themselves. Once again, Corley deep. This time we've got Connor and Phillips in the backfield. Offord goes in motion for 5 yards. Perry looked for him, couldn't find him once. Now he's scrambling. Is he going to throw the ball? He's throwing the ball across the field dangerously, and the ball was almost caught by Offord. They tell you do not throw the ball across your body that far downfield. Of course,
he's running left, throwing across his body right, and it's basically a jump ball 35 yards down the field.
Exactly. 4 Trinity defenders saw it.
I know.
But Offord was the one who fortunately got his hands on the ball, may have jumped a bit too early, but we'll certainly take an incomplete with a situation like that, and it'll be 2nd down and 10, and Perry will live to another day. Johnson bringing in the play. Jackson Clifford in the backfield.
Perry 0 for 3 on the night so far.
Right. Second down, 10 yards to go. Perry with the handoff to Phillips, and he goes nowhere. Tried some room on the right side, and he ran immediately into the Trinity left guard, or I guess the right guard. 51 McLean Brown, who had the pass knocked down a few plays ago. The play gained absolutely nothing. Ball still on the nose of the 40-yard line. 3rd down and 10 yards to go, and Cutler comes out. The play was called in. That's one of the problems that St. James had earlier in the season. They seem to have rectified is getting the plays in on time. We've got 3 wideouts here on the very near sideline on the short side of the field. Perry has time. His pass is intended for Mason Craig and incomplete, almost caught by Coach Jeff Corley. But like I said, his eligibility is over, so that's an incomplete pass. And it will be 4th down and time to bring in the punt team. So St. James was given a 1st down and couldn't take advantage of it. So Hines is going to come in and try to punt it. Maybe he'll get a good bounce like he did last time. Once again, Xavier Boswell, who I know has returned at least 1 punt, back for a touchdown. Let's hope that's not the case here. Kicking into a very, very slight wind. Ball's going to be snapped directly in front of us. It's a good snap. And Hines gets away a fine punt. That is chasing Boswell, and it bounces straight up, but it hit at the 17-yard line.
Nice
so that's
job.
going to be another punt inside the 20-yard line. Let's take another quick 30-second timeout as Trinity will have 1st down deep in their territory. Listening to St. James football on WRBZ.
Need a little good news in your life? Well, here's the deal. State Farm has new, lower car insurance rates in Alabama. So now you can get the great service and convenience of State Farm agent Breck Honey at an even better price. That's right. State Farm can help you save more cash and get the good neighbor service you deserve. It's the real deal for car insurance. State Farm agent Breck Honey is ready to help you save, Montgomery. Call my office today at 334-272-8423. That's 272-8423. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
7-0 Trinity. We're back. 10:29 to go until halftime. They brought Mitchell back in. He hands it off to the right side and minimal yardage. I was with the carry. Charlie Cutler was over there. So was Grant Phillips, Dylan Hines. A collection, not much yardage so far for Chase Parker. He's going to pick up maybe a yard. Seems to be having some trouble over there on the right side of the Trinity line. Second down and long. St. James needs a stop here. Like I said, they brought Mitchell back in after Hall took them on that 61-yard drive earlier. Mitchell has room to pass over the middle, and
they ran into each other.
There's two
Come
men
on.
that ran into each other in the middle of the
You
field.
know.
A flag was thrown, and another flag was thrown afterwards.
Looked to me just like their feet got tangled up. They were both kind of crossing in the same space. And
Right. There's a discussion going on back at the back, but it looks like St. James is going to be called for pass interference. Much to the dismay of the near sidelines. Fortunately, like I said, in high school, it's only a 15-yard penalty. It will be a first down. That's enough yardage, but
there were 3 flags on the field.
Right. One of them came in very late. I was afraid we had another dead ball penalty, so maybe we'll get a makeup on that one. First down and 10, Trinity at their 31-yard line. There's a handoff once again, and going down is Parker. He's going to make it up to the 35-yard line. Zukowski again on the stop. Will Wright, this time they tried to run around him. They ran into him. 4-yard gain. It'll be second down. Looks like Parker's going to be the workhorse in this run offense, but just when you think they're getting ready to run, they can let go of a pass, and when you get flag happy, that's going to be first down. Let's don't see that again. St. James is playing a very base defense. Corley is deep, second down and 6. A bit of a low snap, handoff, and this time some room. Chase Parker had the ball, and he's going to get up to about the 40-yard line, maybe the 41. That's going to be
nice tackle by Corley.
Corley, right. C.J. Edwards ran over there and kind of forced him toward the sidelines, but a good pickup, third down and less than a yard. Trinity getting, 4 and 5 yards on first down, and that's if you're a running team. That's what you want. You don't want second down and 9. You want second and 5 or 6. Handoff, and it was actually a fake. Ball was kept by Mitchell, and he takes the ball up the middle. Zukowski got him, but he got him as he crossed the 40 to the 43-yard line. So I believe that's about 5 or 6 first downs for Trinity, 1 for St. James via penalty.
Zukowski 3 tackles and 1 assist on the night so far.
We are now at the 8-minute mark of the second half. Trinity is up 7-0 and driving, but they started way back at their 16-yard line and made it up their 43-yard line after a pair of first downs. It is first down and 10. Mitchell is deep. He's going to air the ball out. There's a flag down. That's going to be holding, and he slipped.
I think that's going to be a hold.
I think so. It looked like the hold was on number 52. Thomas Wilcutt looked like he tackled Charlie Cutler, who was trying to tackle.
Yep.
It is a holding against Trinity, and the play did lose a couple of yards, but I'm pretty sure on first down you're going to take that 10-yard penalty. And that will get Trinity out of rhythm with first down and 20. Again, you can see the field starting to get slippery, trying to make a cut on the field. Mitchell went straight down.
All right, they're going to try to throw the ball. We got to get a pick right here.
Absolutely.
Come
Number
on.
10, Matthew Scroll, back in for the first time since the first drive of the game. And for the first time, we got Jackson Randall and Boswell wide, 2 wide on the side. First down and 20. And he's being pressured, and the ball is thrown away, and it is incomplete.
Fantastic blitz. Really, really hidden.
Right.
And then all of a sudden you look up and Mason Craig is,
Mason Craig and Dylan Hines just surrounding him.
Way to go, Coach Corley.
And that was just a second before what would have been a huge sack. It is an incomplete pass. It'll be second down and 20. Looks like pressure is going to be something. For whatever reason, Trinity had 2 men well back in the backfield, and neither one of them seemed to want to care to block.
And it's one of those blitzes where you got to get there because somebody is open.
Right.
You don't get there.
If that was a screen they were setting up, they were way back in the backfield. Second down and 20, looking that way. And there's the pitch and finding a little bit of room, but not much.
Look at that tackle.
That's got to be Pruitt Connor with the stop.
How about that?
Fantastic.
16.
It was Matthew Scroll that was hit.
Yeah, he tried to cut back inside, and Pruitt was right there.
Right there, had a running
there.
start. He's going to pick up about, maybe 4 or 5 yards, but still going to be third down and quite long. Big play here for St. James. 6:48 to go. It is still Trinity 7, St. James nothing, in a kind of what I figured a medium scoring game, low scoring thus far.
Now, they've been rolling out the quarterback when he's passing, so we can't blitz up the middle. It's going to be a waste.
Right. Parker is in the backfield.
And here he goes in the middle.
Of him, and there's room. Pass is complete. On the far side, Boswell is taken down.
Job.
He's going to pick up yardage, but he's going to be well short of the first down. Offered on the stop. They're going to mark him down at about the 37, maybe 38-yard line, or 47-yard line.
Yep.
That's still going to be 6-7 yards short of the yardage, and the punt team's going on the field. And after a pair of first downs, St. James gets a stop and maybe can take some advantage.
We need a punt return right here.
Or a punt block.
Gosh,
there has
one
been
or the
some
other.
pressure, and snap is good. There's a lot of pressure, but a very good punt. Ball is fair caught by Offord at the 21-yard line. Smart move, because that ball could have easily bounced inside the 10-yard line. St. James will take over, 1st and 10, 5:47 to go, 30-second break. St. James football on WRBZ.
You want to see your money grow without a whole lot of fuss? Well, you're sure to find some peace of mind at Riverbank and Trust.
Hi, this is Billy Wiggum with Riverbank and Trust. When you need a winning game plan for your finances, trust our home team of community bankers. From local banking expertise to newest innovations in technology, we have all the right strategies for your financial success. Experience the home team advantage for yourself at Riverbank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
First down for St. James. Pruitt Connor takes the handoff, and he's going to maybe get back to the line of scrimmage. Actually, they're going to give him a loss of 1 yard, second down, back at the 20-yard line. St. James had brought in number 12, Michael Hassel. He made one of the finest catches I've ever seen in the junior varsity game this past Monday against Trinity. So maybe we can see some of that magic again. Second down, 11, headed toward the 5-minute mark of the first half. Very quickly played. Perry is back. A little bit of a low snap. He's being chased, but he has time. He's going to throw the ball, and the ball is right in front of us. It is incomplete, intended for Mason Craig. Chase Lashley was on the coverage. That was a very good low throw that only Mason could have caught, nobody else.
Every pass play, they've got somebody getting free.
Right.
Hurrying the quarterback every single time. Every single time. And that was just another one right there.
Just another one. We got to get rid of that, and we got to make one connection. You kind of feel that maybe one connection is all we need to get the ball rolling. Third down, 11 yards to go, deep in Trojan territory. Snap, and once again, Perry is running, and he's not going to get away this time. Well, he's going to try. Well, he threw the ball, but probably shouldn't have. I don't see anybody over here in the neighborhood except Trojan fans on the sidelines. They're going to talk that over, and I wouldn't be surprised to see a flag at all.
Yeah, I don't.
There was nobody. The closest receiver is Braylon Corley, and he's 20 yards down the field, not on the sidelines.
Did he make it past the line of scrimmage, maybe? Is that the argument?
I'm not sure.
Because I don't see.
It looks like they're going to simply call it an incomplete pass, and I think St. James may have gotten a huge break on that one.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
every pass play he doesn't have but a second and a half.
Right.
No time to set his feet, no time.
All right, fourth down, 11 yards to go. Hines again, this is, I believe, his third punt. Once again, Boswell is deep at midfield. See if we can get another one of those huge punts. Plenty of room, and that one's going to be the best one of all. Boswell's going back to field it at the 35-yard line. There's a flag over here on the St. James sidelines, which is kind of bizarre. It breaks one tackle, and he's going to get inside the 40-yard line, and this game is going to get choppy very quickly.
It's getting chippy. So that was Zakowski and Trinity's number 2 in a wrestling match on the 40-yard
But there is a flag
I see
directly
it.
in front of us on this canvas that Trinity uses to keep the water off the sidelines. The ball was a fantastic kick over 50 yards again.
I thought somebody in the crowd or a cheerleader threw something.
Yeah, it did. It did.
It,
So there is a discussion. I don't know if somebody went on the field. It's right in front of our beloved headmaster.
Pruitt Connor just pointed the Trinity way, so I don't know.
There's a long discussion going on. The ball was brought back to about the Trinity 41-yard line.
Yep.
They are
Trinity.
pointing backwards. Still waiting for a sign on the far sideline. Dead ball, which it wasn't a dead ball, was during the middle of the play. Personal foul was called against Trinity. So, in essence, it really didn't matter. But the ball will be marked from the spot of the return. That'll push the ball all the way back near the 20-yard line. So
that's the fourth personal foul in the game.
And I thought we were in line for another one.
Two on them and two on us.
Right.
So.
Well, that's the way it should be.
That's what it's like so far.
To go, we'll keep it here, but I don't expect that will be the last one on either team. Unfortunately.
I agree.
Game getting very choppy. 1st and 10, Trinity. Mitchell is still in, and he's going to hand the ball off and going absolutely nowhere except down. Looks like Chase Parker.
Yeah, it's Will Johnson again.
Yeah, got a running start on that one. Dylan Hines is in on just about every tackle. He's going to be given credit for maybe a yard looking at the sideline markers. 2nd down and 9, 4 minutes to go. Both teams have all 3 timeouts. It would be absolutely fantastic if St. James could find a way to get a score because they will get the ball to start the second half, you assume, deferring their choice in the toss. 2nd down, 9 yards to go. Ball once again, this time it's kept by him. No, it was
nowhere.
Nowhere. I was faked off. The ball was handed off. So I had the ball, and he is going down.
Will Wright on the tackle.
Right.
His 3rd of the evening.
No gain whatsoever. 3rd down, and clock continues to run at 3:20. Some of the Trinity offensive linemen are looking like they're a little gassed. Got the hands on the knees. Maybe that's a good sign.
Yeah, and their offense has been out. They've run a number of plays.
They have. And, I mean, they have probably 8, 9 more players than St. James, but they do have a lot that run both ways. 4 seconds on the play clock, and they are not going to be able to get the playoff, so Trinity is going to have to call a timeout.
Yep.
Just under 3 minutes to go. Let's take the timeout with them. 7-0 Trinity. You're listening to St. James Football on WRBZ.
Hi, I'm Shelly Nichols. If you see home ownership in your future, the future is now. Helping people get mortgages is what I do at Cross Country Mortgage. I'll help you find the home financing option that's right for you. Go to my website at ccm.com/Shelly Nichols and follow me on social media. Contact me today at Cross Country Mortgage about a home loan. Equal housing opportunity, subject to credit approval, NMLS 430123, company NMLS 3029, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Discover your stunning new look at Doug's 2 Salon. Find your breathtaking new hairstyle or color with our expert stylists and salon artists and look absolutely radiant with our extensions, balayage, and keratin treatments. You'll find products from Aveda and Bumble & Bumble. So even when you leave the salon, you keep looking sensational. Call to make your appointment and look and feel amazing today.
We're back 3rd down and 9, a bit of a low snap. Mitchell is going to be chased. He's throwing the pass wide open. Xavier Boswell at the 50-yard line. He is going, and Tabor Alford is finally going to be able to bring him down, but not after a huge gain.
They completely lost him.
Completely lost him. He was wide over here at the 50-yard line, and he's going to take the ball all the way down to the 10-yard line. That is a 68-yard catch and run, and we were hoping for a stop, and now Trinity is going to have 1st down and just a little bit more than 1st and goal. It will be 1st down and 10. Actually going to mark the ball at the 10-yard line, so it will be 1st and goal. Now St. James is not a come-from-behind built team, so they really don't need to get behind by more than a touchdown. Ball handed off to Parker. No, was intended to be handed off to Parker, and at the last moment, Mitchell kept the ball and is going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. Number 64, Max Ward, got in on that tackle. A little bit of confusion in the Trinity backfield. Play failed game. It'll be second down and goal from right outside the 10-yard line. Big stop for Trinity. We're inside 2 minutes. Plenty of time. Trinity has 2 timeouts if they need them. St. James has 3, but doubtful they'll call one unless they see a bad pass is complete to the sidelines, and he's going to go in. Touchdown, Trinity. Matthew Scroll took the pass at the 5-yard line and rolled in and went right over the pylon, and it's a touchdown Trinity after that big, huge bomb. 13-0. 1 minute, 37 seconds to go, and Trinity is trying to double their lead. Once again, Basile trying to add the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. Like I said, 1:37 to go. Trinity 14, St. James nothing. Let's take another timeout. 30 seconds, St. James football on WRBZ.
I'm Cliff Meidel, 2-time Olympic athlete in the sport of sprint kayaking. In 1986, my life changed forever when I struck 3 buried high-voltage cables while working on an excavation site. 30,000 volts of electricity blew through my body. I'm lucky to be alive and able to walk again. Accidents like mine can be avoided with a simple call to 811.
Accidents can happen to anyone. Know what's below. Always call 811 before digging. Brought to you by Alabama 811.
We are back. Trinity goes the length of the field, most of it on one play on a 68-yard pass completion, and then the final 5 yards. Matthew Scroll with a 5-yard catch and run down to the pylon, and Trinity has doubled their lead to 14-0. All 14 points scored in the second quarter. We'll see if St. James can get some kind of offense generated. Still, I believe, only 1 first down, and that was on a penalty. Basile, who just kicked the extra point, is going to pooch kick it this way to the far sideline, and this time the ball is going to roll out of bounds just in advance of a potential Trinity fielder. It's going to go out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. So basically, to save time, you would think Coach Blackwell will take the ball at the 35-yard line, which he does. And St. James will have the ball first down and 10. Of course, no time elapsed on the clock. 1 minute, 37 seconds to go. Poor Perry is getting chased around back there in the backfield. Maybe some quicker passes. You know, keeping Connor back there maybe for an extra blocker. We'll see. Connor is in the backfield now. Got Johnson here on the near sideline, and Cutler at tight end always is available. Johnson now in motion, 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. Look out. No. And the ball is fumbled, and it's recovered by Trinity. Absolutely blindsided by Perry, and we'll see if he gets up.
Just a straight blitz from the corner.
And he had no chance whatsoever.
No chance. He didn't see it coming.
Ball recovered by Wilcutt, and Trinity is very quickly in business again at the St. James 28-yard line.
Well, you got to stop them here. You cannot.
No, absolutely, yeah. 14 is bad. More is worse. Excellent call by the Trinity defense. I mean, the pressure went in directly, and Trinity will have first down and 10 at the 28-yard line. Still only 10 seconds went off that play, 1 minute and 27 seconds.
We need a football on the field. There we go.
That's right. A little extra time for Trinity to get back on the field after the sudden change. Mitchell still in. Scroll and Parker in the backfield. Time for the St. James defense to hold. Back. Dukowski is chasing. And wide open again, a pass touchdown Trinity. absolutely wide open. That has to be the tight end, number 80, John Morris. And I think I may have been able to catch that ball at 62 years old and run that one in.
Yeah.
He was well past the defense. And Trinity has struck twice in less than 20 seconds, and they're up 20-0.
Yep.
So Morris on a 28-yard pass, and like I said, he'd still be running all the way to the interstate. There wasn't anybody that could have caught him if there would have been time. Messiah will attempt his third extra point. Some of the kicks have been looking a little bit wide right. That one's straight through, though.
Got that one.
Kick is good, 1:19 to go, and Trinity has increased their lead to 21-0, and St. James sidelines over here, and he is in a little bit of shock. Let's keep it here, and we need to regroup quick.
I mean, you can't have a tight end coming off the ball and then dragging across your defense. Completely uncontested throw down to the 5-yard line. It's just a tough first half. This is when you need your senior leaders to really get everybody refocused here.
Absolutely. Last 3 pass completions for Trinity, a 68-yarder from deep in their own territory down near the 10-yard line, 5-yard touchdown pass, and a 28-yard touchdown pass, and a 7-0 game, which was in reach, is not quite slipping away, but 21-0 against this team is going to be a big hill to overcome.
Yeah.
Still plenty of time, though. 1:20 to go in the half. We'll see if St. James decides to play conservative. Now, Trinity has 2 timeouts, so theoretically they could stop the ball and, get another shot. So if we have another pooch kick by Basile, we will. This one will stay inbounds. It is fielded by Corley at the 32-yard line. He breaks
there we
2
go.
tackles, and
go, big man.
He's going to get all the way up near midfield, in fact, directly in front of us, carrying tacklers to the 42-yard line directly in front of us, as I said. St. James will have 70 seconds to try to move the ball 58 yards for a touchdown. Hope Terry's not too shell-shocked after getting just almost sawed in half on that last play. It will be first down and 10 from the 42-yard line. Under the center this time, Perry is. And he will take the ball, and there was pressure, and he's going down. It looked like that ball should have been handed off, and there were 2 Wildcats on him immediately. McLean Brown brought him down 15 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
I don't know if somebody missed a play or decided against a handoff because people were rushing, but that's not good. Fortunately, the clock is continuing to run, and I have a feeling now St. James with second down and almost 30 yards to go is going to hope most of it runs out. St. James will have to run at least one more play, and I guarantee you it will be just about as conservative as possible. Both Phillips and Connor in the backfield, and one of them will get the handoff. It is Phillips, and he's going to get maybe a yard at best, brought down by William Cherry. And Trinity has decided to take a timeout. They think they can get the ball back, and perhaps they will. Second timeout for Trinity. Let's take a quick 30-second timeout. Listen to St. James football on WRBZ.
Want to see your money grow without a whole lot of fuss? Well, you're sure to find some peace of mind at Riverbank and Trust.
Hi, this is Billy Wiggum with Riverbank and Trust. When you need a winning game plan for your finances, trust our home team of community bankers. From local banking expertise to newest innovations and technology, we have all the right strategies for your financial success. Experience the home team advantage for yourself at Riverbank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
We are back. St. James has third down and a whole bunch of yardage. The scoreboard says 25 yards. That looks about right. Inside their own 30-yard line. Third down, 16 and a few fractions of a second to go. Trinity has one more timeout. St. James going to try to run the ball and maybe force Trinity to use that timeout. Connor had a bit of a hole, is going to get across the 30 to the 31-yard line, and Trinity does indeed take that third and final timeout. There'll be 8 seconds to go, and we'll leave it here. 8 seconds should be enough for Hines to get one of those huge punts away and maybe a bounce to evaporate time, but you would think Trinity would do anything they could to try to block this punt, because even a 15-yard roughing the kicker penalty is going to just put the ball back to about the original line of scrimmage and not even give St. James a first down and run the clock in the process. So St. James has really got to be alert on that. Snap has to be spot on. Coach Blackwell over here on the sideline trying to egg everybody on.
Yeah, there's very few good things that can happen right now and a lot of bad things that can happen.
Exactly right.
So,
and you want to make sure you don't want to obviously give Trinity the ball inside where the ball is, because last time for the 28-yard line, it took them, 4 seconds to get into the end zone.
Yep.
See, we've got the big men, Max Ward and Charlie Cutler back. Is maybe some extra protection.
Yep.
4th down, 8 seconds to go. Boswell is back, but not nearly as deep as he has been. So, I mean, he has no intent of returning the ball.
No.
St. James had to get another lineman in to get a full set. 4th down, here is the snap. There's the pressure, and look out. And it is blocked. And it better go through the end zone. It's not going to, I don't think.
Touchdown.
It's going to be a touchdown. Exactly what you did not want to happen. Ball went way up in the air, and it was recovered by number 22, Chase Parker. And the last 5 minutes of this second quarter could not have gone much worse. The snap was not that bad. It's just that it looked like number 7, Luke Hall, had just a direct shot and just untouched. Punt went way into the up in the end zone. The only hope is that it would go through the end zone for safety. It did not. And Trinity is about to be up 28-0. That fortunately is going to exhaust a half, and St. James can go. And there's the kick. Kick is good, and that is going to be the end of the first half. Trinity 28, St. James nothing. Well, we got a flag that was just thrown, so let's keep it here. That's obviously going to be some kind of frustration foul. I see that Edwards has taken his helmet off. I hope that's not part of the reason why. Of course, St. James is having to cross the field to leave the field. Referees are talking. We'll keep it here until that penalty is resolved. St. James coaches are able to walk by and get a little input, and I'm sure that will be passed on inside the locker room. Referees are taking down numbers, which means some kind of unsportsmanlike conduct took place, and a second one could very likely be rapid disqualification from the game. Coach Blackwell, Coach Corley still out on the field talking to the White Hat at the 10-yard line. The 20-minute halftime will not start until the matter is resolved. And Coach Blackwell has had his say, and
he's still
out there. I guess Coach Corley
has
heard what
away.
He wanted to hear, and he's walked away. And
they are having a very intense discussion.
Right. And you notice we only have 5 officials on the field tonight. All 5 of them.
Yeah, you're right.
All 5 of them are in this huddle. They decided to go ahead and start the halftime, so they're all walking off in a group to the side, and I guess we won't find out probably until the start of the second half what's happened, but I have a feeling it's not going to be good for St. James. They will get the ball, but they're down 28-0. It's halftime, and let's now listen to see what's happening at St. James on campus. Be a lot more happy people there. St. James trailing Trinity 28-0. You're listening to St. James football on WRBZ.
Hi, I'm Shelly Nichols. If you see home ownership in your future, the future is now. Helping people get mortgages is what I do at Cross Country Mortgage. I'll help you find the home financing option that's right for you. Go to my website at ccm.com/Shelly Nichols and follow me on social media. Contact me today at Cross Country Mortgage about a home loan. Equal housing opportunity, subject to credit approval, NMLS 430123, company NMLS 3029, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Discover your stunning new look at Doug's 2 Salon. Find your breathtaking new hairstyle or color with our expert stylists and salon artists, and look absolutely radiant with our extensions, balayage, and keratin treatments. You'll find products from Aveda and Bumble and Bumble, so even when you leave the salon, you keep looking sensational. Call to make your appointment and look and feel amazing today.
I'm Cliff Meidel, two-time Olympic athlete in the sport of sprint kayaking. In 1986, my life changed forever when I struck 3 buried high-voltage cables while working on an excavation site. 30,000 volts of electricity blew through my body. I'm lucky to be alive and able to walk again. Accidents like mine can be avoided with a simple call to 811.
Accidents can happen to anyone. Know what's below. Always call 811 before digging. Brought to you by Alabama 811.
Go, go, go. That's life. And at CB&S Bank, we help you keep up. We're redesigning financial freedom with the most sophisticated digital products. Check balances, pay bills, transfer funds, manage your card, and even deposit checks from wherever you are. Make purchases using your CB&S Bank debit card through your mobile device with Mobile Wallet in participating stores and restaurants. Learn more at cbsbank.com. Charges and fees may apply from your cellular service provider. Contact your service provider for information. Member FDIC.
Welcome to this week's Trojan Spotlight. I'm so thrilled to have with us 2019 St. James alum Colin Duncan. Hey, Colin, how are you?
Doing good. How about yourself?
Good. For those of you watching, Colin graduated in 2019, went on to play 4 years at Mississippi State and graduated. And we're going to get into a little bit about that, a little bit about what he's doing now, and also talk about the Trinity rivalry, since that is the big game of the week. Colin, tell me a little bit about what you're doing now and where you're living.
Yeah, so I'm not too far away from home. I'm in Birmingham, Alabama. I'm a project manager for Kemp Management Solutions. It's a field I didn't think I was going to get into and didn't really know much about at first, but I got presented an opportunity, and it was hard to turn it down. So I'm in a new area of life when it comes to work and just like the way I'm living and stuff like that. But I'm enjoying it. It's been a good transition, and I feel like I'm grasping the information very well right now.
That's awesome. I mentioned it in the lead-in, but you played for 4 years at Mississippi State. Talk a little bit about your time there, what it was like to play football, and how St. James prepared you for that.
Yeah. So, playing at Mississippi State was great. I mean, it was really a dream come true for me. I mean, I've always wanted to play in the SEC as a kid and stuff like that. Being from SEC country, that was pretty important to me just to do that. But, I mean, Mississippi State was great, man. The great coaches, great teammates, friends, education was good. I graduated with kinesiology degree in 3.5 years. So that was a blessing in itself right there. But just the fan base and the people on campus, it made Mississippi State what it was. And honestly, it reminded me a lot of St. James, of how, everybody was so welcoming of you when you first got to campus. You weren't considered a stranger. I remember showing up to campus on the first day, and I felt like everybody already knew who I was. And I mean, being a bigger recruit in the state at the time, I was expecting that, but it was older people. It was, you walk into a restaurant, people already know who you are. You know what I'm saying? You walk into a classroom, your teachers, they know who you are, But, St. James helped me a lot with, just being able to go in, especially in the classroom, and grasp a lot of the information. I like to tell people my first 2 years of college, probably 1.5 to 2 years of college, my last senior year at St. James was probably harder than those first 2 years of college. So when I got to college, it was a little bit easier of a transition for me. And I know it's different from what university you go to, but I mean, I think that kind of shows the criteria at St. James is how good it really is, you know, and how well the teachers teach the kids and stuff like that. Because trust me, writing those Miss Fields papers prepared me a lot for college. Because I had a lot of papers I had to write about the human body or just a book I had to read and stuff like that. And man, I would write stuff and then I would think about it. I was like, "Would Miss Fields think this is good?" And I'm like, "Nah, I need to rewrite this real quick." So trust me, her classes and you know all the other great teachers, they helped a lot.
That's amazing. I see you're sporting your Trojan shirt.
Absolutely.
Little school pride. I've had the pleasure of hearing you come back and speak a few times to students and talk a little bit about just share some things you learned about life and about persevering and talk a little bit about how St. James helped you with that, the nurturing and just persevering through the challenges.
I mean, it helped me a lot. I mean, I feel like when I got there, I think it was fourth grade is when my first year at St. James in Wayne. I struggled a lot coming from the public school that I came from with just, you know, the simple things that a lot of kids go through with the reading and writing, the fast pace of learning, the different paces was different for me. Learning how to study, learning how to do certain things within the St. James curriculum and stuff like that. I was struggling with, you know, and I struggled with for a while actually. And I mean, it took the whole St. James village and family and community to help me to catch up with the other kids and kind of get me to where I need to be so I could be successful going on to college. And I mean, there's so many great teachers. I mean, I could name right now that took me in and helped me and gave me extra tutoring sessions. And, you know, they did overtime when they didn't have to do overtime just because they cared and they wanted me to succeed. So, I mean, the St. James community has never changed. I mean, from the day I stepped on campus in the fourth grade to even when I come back now, I mean, it's the same energy. It's the same, you know, it's the same type of love that you feel every single time. So it's great.
That's wonderful. I love hearing you talk about how much everybody poured into you. And I've seen you pour into the kids when you come back. And I'll just hit on this briefly, but you spent a little bit of time with my son when you were here one time and he was struggling with some stuff and feeling a little small for his age. And you just lifted him up, encouraged him. And that was 4 years ago and he still talks about it. So, you know, I love to see you're pouring back into the kids the same way that you were poured into when you're here. And that means a lot to our family in particular because we've seen it firsthand. Tonight's the Trinity game, and we're huge rivalry. And talk about first of all, what was your record against Trinity?
3-1.
Okay. And you told me the first year y'all won was the first time.
Yeah, the first time we beat them in, I think it was 10 years. I think the game that we won would have been the 10-year mark for us.
So y'all changed the tide, so to speak.
Yeah, we changed it. The year before. I really don't count that freshman year when we lost. We had some key pieces that weren't playing that were hurt. I was hurt. We had a couple guys that were playing out of position that were because of other people being hurt. So don't really count that freshman year. But I mean, I think when we had all of our pieces in the game and we're all hitting on cylinders, everybody was healthy. I mean, that, you know, we came out on top. So that was the most important thing about that.
That's awesome. Tell me a little bit about what that rivalry means to you. Even playing in the SEC, rivalries are a huge thing, but a little bit about the St. James Trinity rivalry as we kind of reflect on that for tonight's game.
Yeah. So, like I said, I got to St. James when I was in the fourth grade, and my brother was actually in high school at the time. So I got to see and kind of grow up within the St. James Trinity rivalry going on. So I got to see how much it really meant to everybody and what it meant to the school to win that game. And once I figured out that we had lost that many times in a row, you know what I'm saying? My brother, he, of course, was a St. James great. You know what I'm saying? He was one of the best to come through St. James. But just to see him fall short kind of put a fire within me to want to beat Trinity when I was in high school. You know, I wanted to beat them every year. So it's a very important rivalry. I feel like that 365 days between each game is it's those bragging rights are real. So man, it's I still have a lot of memories from those Trinity days and stuff like that. I mean, playing them in football, baseball, and basketball.
Right.
A lot of crazy games, a lot of overtimes, a lot of extra innings, a lot of last minute touchdown wins. I think my sophomore year, I had pneumonia before that game,
Oh
and
no.
I ended up being like, I guess clarify, like I guess I was able to play, so they let me play, and I ended up having one of the better games I've ever had in my life. So that was fun and all that. But man, it's a very serious rivalry.
It is. My kids are very passionate about it, and they've been going here since K3. So even they're like, and my son's really not a huge football fan, but even he's like, we got to beat Trinity. He gets really into it. So, well, that's awesome just to hear you reflect on that and just to see how far we've come in that rivalry. Would really appreciate your time. It's about time to pitch it back to Sonny and team, but appreciate your time. So proud of you, Colin. Come back and see us next time you're in town. And just appreciate your time today and always investing back in the school when you can. It means a lot to us.
Absolutely. I appreciate you guys for always pouring into me and my family as well. I still got a lot of people over there on campus that I truly appreciate, and they're the reason why I'm at where I'm at today. So, it's always love towards St. James.
Yeah, well, we appreciate you and lots of love to your family too. Your mom's coming to speak to our middle school and high school next month about commitment, and we can't wait to have her here. She's impressive of her in her own right. So excited to welcome her back to campus too.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate
it. Thanks, Colin. Go Trojans.
Go Trojans.
Go, go, go. That's life. And at CB&S Bank, we help you keep up. We're redesigning financial freedom with the most sophisticated digital products. Check balances, pay bills, transfer funds, manage your card, and even deposit checks from wherever you are. Make purchases using your CB&S Bank debit card through your mobile device with Mobile Wallet in participating stores and restaurants. Learn more at cbsbank.com. Charges and fees may apply from your cellular service provider. Contact your service provider for information. Member FDIC.
Adams Drugs is proud to be a sponsor and partner with the St. James football program. We have served families of the River region for over 62 years. At Adams Drugs, we take pride in our excellent customer service and our commitment to the community. We offer wellness screenings, compounding, immunizations, a specialty pharmacy, and delivery service, just to name a few. Let Adams be your pharmacy choice. Visit us at adamsdrugs.net for the location nearest you.
All aboard for Healthy Smiles. At Dentistry for Children, they love to make kids smile. Dr. Schreiber and Dr. Thomas specialize in pediatric dentistry, treating infants, children, and patients with special needs. You can trust Dentistry for Children to provide the highest quality care for children of all ages. Beautiful smiles begin at Dentistry for Children. Call today to make your appointment with their professional caring staff. Dentistry for Children in Montgomery and Wetumpka, proudly making kids smile for over 40 years.
If joint pain or an athletic injury has you out of the game, call the Houston Clinic team at 334-245-6605. Doctors Lee Murphy and Derek Wessner are seasoned healthcare providers working to provide high-quality sports medicine care to the athletes of the River region. Dr. Murphy is an orthopedic surgeon. His clinical focus is on shoulder, elbow, and knee disorders. Dr. Wessner is a veteran and a no-operative sports medicine physician, specializing in the no-operative treatment of all musculoskeletal conditions. Doctors Murphy and Westner are part of the Houston Clinic on Taylor Road in Montgomery.
We are back here at Ragsdale Boykin Field at halftime. St. James 0, Trinity 28. And, if you could have mulligans in football, we'd like to take one for that whole second quarter. 28 points scored in the last 2 minutes of the second quarter. Couldn't have gone much worse for the Trojans. It started off on the second play of the quarter. Trinity took a 7-0 lead on a 1-yard run by Fleming Hall, and St. James defense did fantastic, but then the one with just under 2 minutes to go, a 68-yard pass put Trinity down in the red zone, and 3 touchdowns later, Trinity has a 4-touchdown lead. What can you say?
I want the Trojan Nation right now. Just take a seat, sit down, I'm going to tell you the stats. It's not going to be pretty. I don't want anybody to get lightheaded. But we got some good coaches, and they're going to have a good game plan to get this second half and get some energy back in these boys. But the first half was pretty rough. We Pruitt Connor, 5 carries, 7 yards. Grant Phillips, 3 carries for -2. And Chase Perry, technically 3 carries, most of those trying to pass the ball for sacks for -17 yards. So 11 carries in the rushing department for -12. 0 for 5 passing on the night. It doesn't get much worse than that. But 2 targets for Alford, 1 for Corley, and 2 for Mason Craig, and just not enough time. Not enough time to really sit in the pocket,
Not at all.
to make your reads and to set your feet and throw the ball. That just hasn't been there tonight. So 16 total offensive plays, -12 yards. On defense, Wills Johnson, leading tackler so far, 3 tackles and 2 assists. Zukowski, 3 tackles, 1 assist, and Grant Phillips, 2 tackles and 1 assist. The defense has been out there a good bit. But not like they've been out there for 45 plays or anything like that, but because they've scored so quick. Trinity has taken advantage of some very quick scores, and just unfortunate. So
Exactly. Last week, I was fortunate enough to be up in the press box for at the St. James Talladega game. Talladega is a football team that has lost 26 games in a row.
Yeah,
they're not that bad, but I heard the people who were, still very hospitable and such, and a bit upbeat, saying, we need a moral victory. We need to beat, at halftime, we need to beat St. James, and they played them even in the second half, which is good. St. James is too good of a team for a moral victory.
Yeah, I agree.
That's something they really do not need to emphasize. I mean, Coach Blackwell needs to let them have it. What, and there's really no one glaring weakness besides, the lack of protection for Perry. But it was, kind of like just a team letdown in that last, 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah.
And we're going to be interesting to see how the second half starts after the mystery flag at the end of the time. 2 minutes to go before the 3-minute warm-up time. Trinity is already back on the field, and they're warming up. St. James is probably wanting to get back on the field and probably out of a heated locker room to say St. James will get the ball. Is that good news or bad news? May depend on where the kickoff is from. We'll see. But that will be coming up. We talked about it earlier. Again, this is not a region game.
Yeah.
The only way this will affect, a potential playoff seeding is by a tiebreaker.
Yep.
And quite frankly, in the tiebreaker, St. James looks like there's a good chance they may go 0-3 in their non-region games. Hopefully will not come to that, but region play does begin back up next week. And believe it or not, the 2 undefeated teams in the region are St. James and the Booker T. Washington Golden Eagles from Tuskegee. And as luck would have it, they're meeting for homecoming next week in Carlisle Field. And the winner of that game, I think I saw the analytics, has like an 82% chance of winning the region. Would you have imagined St. James had a chance to win the region after the first 2 games this year?
No, I wouldn't have.
Or after this one? So
I've got some scores I can update us on.
Please do.
So we've got Cleburne County 3, Wellborn 20 at halftime. Montgomery Academy 7, Luverne 0. That is a first quarter score. I suspect they're at halftime as well. Opelika 24, Pike Road 14 at halftime. No score on Asheville and Talladega. Again, you were just saying that Talladega's 0-5. We don't have a score on them
Talladega,
yet.
I predict, is going to beat somebody this year.
Let me go in. Hang on. I was going to see if it would refresh, and there's nobody keeping track in that game. Bowden, I have no idea where Bowden is.
Bowden, Georgia is not too far from Claiborne County. It's just across Interstate 20
line
in Georgia. Yes.
Gotcha. Bowden of Georgia 21, Booker T. Washington 6 halftime score. Handley 21, Lynette 0 at halftime, and we do not have a score for Westbrook Christian and Munford, who is in our region. We don't have a score for them either.
Right. I believe Munford is like Talladega this season. I don't think they've won a game yet either.
It says here they're 1-4.
They are 1-2, maybe.
They're
Talladega,
1-4.
I'm not sure, but there are more wins in the region available for St. James.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so when you've had a first half like this where the the tires have come off the car and you're on the side of the road, you got to come out with some enthusiasm, with some love for your brothers that you're out there playing football for, and respect for your parents and your classmates. And you got to try to create turnovers.
Yes.
That's going to be the difference maker.
You've got to make that first good play.
Yeah, let's get a first good play and get the offense going. And then on defense, hold a man up and somebody go for the strip, and we've got to create some short opportunities for scores, quick scores.
Can't give up any more of those 85-yard drives. I mean,
yep,
that's all there is to it. We are within the 3-minute range of warm-up. St. James is still not back on the field. But I tell you what, let's take a 2-minute break. There they come. Let's take a 2-minute break real quick to satisfy some more of our sponsors. We'll be back in 2 minutes for the start of the second half. Trinity 28, St. James nothing. You're listening to St. James football on WRBZ.
Nothing gets your attention like the pain you get when it hurts to walk. When you have that pain, reach out to Southern Specialty Physicians. Dr. Brian Sellers is a board-certified vascular surgeon with over 15 years of experience. And Dr. Brandon McCullum is an experienced podiatrist. Southern Specialty Physicians are working to keep Alabama walking. Located across from the AUM Water Tower on Sydney Curve and online at ssp.care.
Has an accident cramped your style? At Montgomery Paint and Body, we turn uh-oh into wow. Whether it's a tiny fender bender or total body repair, we'll have your ride looking stunning, maybe even better than before. When life throws a collision your way, count on us to smooth out the stress. We don't just fix cars. We treat every customer like family, because that's what the Turners are all about. From little fender benders to total body repair, visit Montgomery Paint and Body, East Shirley Lane on the East Boulevard, or call 27-REC. At Montgomery Paint and Body, your vehicle will be as good as new, maybe better.
A fire can spread through your home or business in less than 2 minutes. That's why it's important to think ahead and have the proper fire protection installed before it's needed. Brendel Sprinkler Company can inspect your current system and help make sure that you have the proper equipment when it's needed. Brendel works in new construction, existing homes, and renovations. They not only want to help extinguish fires, they want to save lives. Since 1960, with over 5,000 successful installations. Find them online at brendelsprinkler.com.
Welcome to Flavor Showdown! It's time for the lightning round. A snack that's actually a meal.
Zaxby's Big Zax Snack?
A superhero would have this superpower.
Grilled chicken sandwich vision!
Now your favorite Zaxby's meals are only $5.99. The Big Zax Snack, boneless wings, chicken sandwich, chicken finger sandwich, or the grilled chicken sandwich meal, each served with crinkle fries and a 22-ounce drink.
Zaxby's, friends, family, flavor. Limited time only. Participating locations only.
We are back, about to start the third quarter of play. The kickoff, perhaps surprising, is coming from the 40-yard line, so whatever the penalty was at the end of the half must have been an offsetting penalty of some kind, or maybe somebody was talked out of it. I don't know, but Trinity is kicking off to St. James. There's the pooch up the middle. It's going to be fielded by Corley at the 22-yard line, and he's going to try to find room. He breaks one tackle, but he runs into 34, William Hughes, and is going to be taken down at the 31-yard line. Return of about 8 yards. And St. James, looking for their first earned first down of the game, is going to have the ball first down and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Okay, here we go.
Like it says, we need, you can't do anything until you get the first good play. And now there's no better time. Perry's calling all his troops together. Wills Johnson goes wide left. Wide right is Corley. Got a pair in the backfield, maybe to Perry is taking the ball up the half, and he's looking for room. He's being chased, and he's throwing the ball out of bounds, incomplete. Again, pressure on Perry before he had a chance to do anything. Got the ball past the line of scrimmage. It is second down. I guess Perry still has not completed a pass. At least he hadn't completed one of the other team, but 0 for 6.
Yeah, 0 for 6.
No yardage and
no time.
No time. That's it. That's it. The coverage downfield is sufficient enough. What we do not need here is a 3 and out, and we do not need negative yardage. And there we had 12 men on the field, and I don't think the referee saw Jackson Clifford sneak off the field, so we're not going to get a 5-yard penalty for 12 men on the field. Ball is handed off to Phillips, and he's going to get the ball up to the 34-yard line, 2 yards no further. Went behind the block of Warren Skelly, but still Trinity was almost sniffing out that run, and 35 Wilson Cherry was the one who made the tackle. Third down, and it's going to be long. St. James looking over to the sideline, still trying to get the play. There it is. Offered back in for the first play of the half.
Plenty of time.
Yep, 10 seconds on the clock. We're down to 10:55 left. Trinity up by 4 touchdowns. Perry, for the first time in a while, has some time, and his throw is toward Mason Craig, or may have been toward a shorter receiver. Wills Johnson incomplete. Mason Craig incomplete between the two of them. And that will be 4th down and 3 and out with 2 yards gained. Dylan Hines, who was not so fortunate with a punt on the last play of the first half. I believe that's the first time since 2016 that St. James has had a punt block returned for a touchdown. Actually, that was recovered in the end zone for a touchdown. Boswell this time much further back, so looks like they may be setting up for a return. And there was a up in the middle, a fake, and Mason Craig has the ball. He's got a first down. He is into Trinity territory, and he is way down.
There you go. Hey,
boy, that was unexpected.
That's another way to get some enthusiasm back in the team right there.
And we have a flag down, but it is way downfield past the first down marker. There may have been a block in the back, and Trinity players are saying it's against St. James, but that ball is 40 yards down the field, and the play, it was a bad snap. It went to Mason Craig.
Mason Craig, it was a bad snap. It was on his shoelaces.
But, I mean, Trinity gearing up for the return, turned around, and Mason took the ball and got to the near sidelines. There was a holding penalty called against St. James at the 34-yard line of Trinity. That's going to move the ball back to the 44, but that's well past the needed yard. So who would have thought Mason Craig would pick up the first down running the ball for St. James?
So I guess that's a net
punt.
Yeah, net 23 yards on a 10-yard holding penalty.
Right. It would go up to, I guess, the 34-yard line, however long that run was,
and then
back. Minus 10. First down from the 44-yard line. Perry looking to throw. He's going to keep it and finds a little bit of run, tripped up. Does go forward to the 42-yard line. Reed Daniel, number 20, was in on the trip him up stop. But finally, it's some gained yardage. That's a plus sign for St. James, about 2.5, maybe 3 yards up near the 40-yard line of Trinity. This may be their deepest possession of the game. And if they could at least get that 0 off the scoreboard, I know that would make a lot of people on this sidelines happy.
Absolutely.
We're under 10 minutes to go in the third quarter. Trinity 28-0. They scored all 28 points in the second quarter, the last 21 in the last 3 minutes. Perry back to pass.
Oh,
he was down, but apparently. Oh, there we go.
So how's that going to work? Was he down before
No,
that?
he was not down. They didn't call him down. The pass was thrown incomplete, and there are multiple flags down the field where the receiver was. Pass interference is called against Trinity, and they are not at all happy on the sidelines. The pass interference was not near where the ball was thrown. I think they thought the play was over as
that was a
Craig
strange
down,
play.
but his knee did not hit the ground. So
he kind of stumbled and got low. I really couldn't tell if it's,
So that is a 15-yard penalty, and being that it was less than 10 yards to go, that's going to be another penalty first down for St. James. 3 first downs this game, 1 on a fumbled fake punt run and 2 on penalty. And St. James is all the way down to the Trinity 27-yard line. Still, they are getting to Perry. First down and 10, 9:43 to go. Clock is stopped temporarily after first down. Ball was handed off to Pruitt Connor. He stutter-stepped and found a little bit of hole off the center left side. And he's going to pick up maybe a yard or 2, and there is a Trojan down.
That may be Connor.
Maybe. I don't believe it is, though.
All right.
We'll see. We have an injury timeout. The players are gone. It's Braswell, number
Okay,
66.
okay.
He is sitting up, but while he's on the field, let's take a 30-second break. We'll be back with more St. James football on WRBZ.
Need a little good news in your life? Well, here's the deal. State Farm has new, lower car insurance rates in Alabama. So now you can get the great service and convenience of State Farm agent Brett Coney at an even better price. That's right. State Farm can help you save more cash and get the good neighbor service you deserve. It's the real deal for
They
car
come
insurance.
this way,
State
we
Farm
will.
agent Brett Coney is ready to help you save, Montgomery. Call my office today at 334-272-8423. That's 272-8423. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
We are back. We have a still timeout. Number 66, J.B. Braswell, is on the field being looked at by trainers from both teams.
Yeah.
And you don't ever dare speculate. It doesn't appear to be anything serious, but he's not being stretched out for a cramp or anything like that. They're in the process of trying to sit him up, it looks like. But he was in the middle of that
pile. Yeah.
it was a pile, and it was a kind of a mistimed pile as Connor tried to run and either a block was missed or carried wrong.
Yeah.
He's getting up with a little help, and he is going to be helped off the field, putting little, if any, pressure on that left leg. But a pair of coaches are helping him off the field, and players are going up to sit him, and fans of both teams, of course, give him the well-deserved round of applause, and he can take it to the sidelines, and we'll see who goes in to replace him. 75 Andrew Sellers, tall freshman, is going to take his place at the right guard. The clock is going to be restarted. The play picked up 2 yards on first down. It's now 2nd down and 8. St. James with their deepest possession at the Trinity 25-yard line in bad need of an offensive score. Perry has a ball, and he had little time, but the pass was complete to Connor. He finally completed the pass, but that play is going to go little, if any, as Connor was hit down immediately.
Yeah, they were sitting back.
The combination of 9, John Michael Cox, and 22, Chase Parker.
Did they get
Did manage to get a little bit of yardage, though. It'd be 3rd down and 6 and move the ball down to the 23-yard line. But Connor was just drilled on that play. But, hey, the first pass completion. We are having some positives on this drive. Here's asking for quiet. He's got 8 seconds to go on the play clock. He's not happy with something. We have 3 wideouts on the left side. And Perry, he's being chased. He's got plenty of room to run.
Get what you can.
Will. He's
Get what you
breaking by a
can. Yeah.
tackle, and I believe he's going to have the first down. He does stay in bounds, and it looks like he may be down to about the 15, 14, 13-yard line. And there's the cheers on the sidelines. That is good enough for a Trojan first down. Perry had plenty of wide receivers. All of them went to the end zone, and there was room. He avoided 1 tackle.
Yeah,
and he's going to be spotted all the way down at the 13-yard line, so that's going to be about a 10-yard pickup. St. James moving the ball and the clock under 8 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter, down 28-0. Perry sends Corley wide right. Ball handed up the middle and finding room.
Go, big
there
man.
Goes Connor, and is he going to be into the end zone?
Yes.
Hey, touchdown, St. James.
Nice. Way to go, Connor.
The biggest hole of the night, and what a responsive drive. All started off by that fake punt, and St. James has knocked that 0 off the board.
Well, great call. The fake punt, it just pumps some energy and life back into your offense and the whole team for that matter.
Absolutely.
And then to take it down there and score, that's just beautiful.
So St. James is on the scoreboard, 7:44 to go in the 3rd quarter. Dylan Hines in to attempt the extra point. And, hey, 28-7, it's not over yet. There's the kick. A little bit of pressure, but his perfect streak continues. It's good. 28-7, St. James is on the scoreboard, and maybe they can pin Trinity with a kickoff. We'll be back in 60 seconds. St. James football on WRBZ.
If joint pain or an athletic injury has you out of the game, call the Houston Clinic team at 334-245-6605. Doctors Lee Murphy and Derek Westner are seasoned healthcare providers working to provide high-quality sports medicine care to the athletes of the River Region. Dr. Murphy is an orthopedic surgeon. His clinical focus is on shoulder, elbow, and knee disorders. Dr. Westner is a veteran and a no-operative sports medicine physician, specializing in the no-operative treatment of all musculoskeletal conditions. Doctors Murphy and Westner are part of the Houston Clinic on Taylor Road in Montgomery.
Go, go, go. That's life. And at CB&S Bank, we help you keep up. We're redesigning financial freedom with the most sophisticated digital products. Check balances, pay bills, transfer funds, manage your card, and even deposit checks from wherever you are. Make purchases using your CB&S Bank debit card through your mobile device with Mobile Wallet in participating stores and restaurants. Learn more at cbsbank.com. Charges and fees may apply from your cellular service provider. Contact your service provider for information. Member FDIC.
Fielded by Lucas Snyder, fielded the ball on the Hines Pooch kickoff, takes it back to the 35-yard line. It was kind of a dangerous reception.
Yeah, he caught that almost in a full sprint. And
well, St. James is ahead in the third quarter, 7-0. Unfortunately, Trinity won the second quarter 28-0. So it's 28-7. Trinity will have the ball at the 34-yard line. The referees were discussing something, but they broke it off. St. James has some momentum finally, and now would be a great time for a stop. Once again, they brought Patton Mitchell in. They just had Fleming Hall at quarterback for that one break. There's a handoff and finding some room up the middle.
You know, Zukowski does a really good job. He's going out, helping to set the corner, but then he's able to very quickly crash inside and make the tackle because it got cut up field. And,
exactly.
Just great technique.
Right. Scroll had the carry on that. Unfortunately, though, he did pick up 6 yards and put Trinity again ahead in the schedule, 2nd down and 4. Mitchell is back as a low snap, and this time the ball handed off, and again going up the middle. Ran into Zukowski. It's once again Scroll, but unfortunately, Scroll was carrying Zukowski forward and is going to be right up near the necessary yardage.
Okay, I'll tell you what they're going to do. They're going to run the ball every time.
You would think so.
And work every bit of that clock down.
And quite frankly, they should.
And try to wear us down.
5-yard gain, 1st down, Trinity at their own 45-yard line. But you know what happened last time we said that? They popped that pass. And we've got plenty big room. The ball handed off to Bo Stewart for the first time in the game. He is into St. James territory. There's a quick 15 yards. Got knocked down by Mason Craig, but Trinity is back in rhythm. As 3 straight carries and 3 positive gains. They're right in front of us at the St. James 40-yard line. Another Trinity 1st down. No wideouts. I mean, it's no mystery what Trinity's going to do here. The ball kept this time by Mitchell.
Nice tackle.
It was seen. Mason Craig got him. He managed to pick up a few yards. If Mason wouldn't have gotten him, C.J. Edwards would have.
Yep.
But still found a hole, and Mitchell did manage to pick up 4.5, almost 5 yards. So just what Trinity wants to do, run the ball, run the clock, and get positive yardage, maintain that lead, 28-7, under 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. This time, and the ball is fumbled.
There we go.
And St. James has it.
It
was a bad handoff. It looked like it was going to Stewart, and I believe it's Dylan Hines. And St. James has gotten a break they needed.
How about that, Hines?
Obviously just a bad handoff, one of the things that Trinity could not afford, and St. James has the ball 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. And we got an excited sideline, an excited crowd, and all of a sudden, things are looking up. Do you strike quick here?
Yes.
I think you do.
Yes. Try to get Alford over the top.
Right.
They're going to have somebody deep on Alford over the. Well, we got 2 guys.
We got 2 guys.
But you got to have time.
All of a sudden, the wind has come up. St. James is going into the wind, And Perry gets by one. Here's a pass, and it was intended over here. Is that
Out
for
of
Corley?
bounds.
It was out of bounds. It was incomplete. No, that was offered.
Yeah,
Corley was down the field by himself.
Now, he caught the ball. He just caught it out of bounds.
Okay. So it's incomplete. It was about 14 yards down the field into Trinity territory. But Perry's now finding a little bit of time to throw and a little bit of room to throw.
Well, they're blitzing a linebacker. 35 is coming almost every time. And so let's drag Cutler across the middle when that guy steps up and blitzes. Let's see if we can't catch him when he hits the perimeter.
Sounds like a winner. He is the end on the far sidelines. Corley's over there wide.
Here he
Offered
comes
in motion.
again.
Pass, quick.
Blitz.
And that was incomplete. That was thrown kind of between Corley and Cutler and Jackson Clifford. All three of them were in the neighborhood, but none of them would have been able to catch the pass.
Just for everybody in radio land, that is exactly what's happening. They're blitzing the middle linebacker every single play. Coming straight up over the center or in the guard spot and just coming straight at the quarterback, untouched.
And it may be a little late on 3rd down and 10, but what kind of play do you run to counteract that?
Screen, draw.
Screen, draw, right. Probably not advisable on 3rd and 10.
Yeah. So they've got you in the pickle now.
Right. 5 seconds to go on the clock. Perry, as nobody's pressuring, and now they are, and nobody's open. He's going to throw the ball, and it is overthrown. He had 3 receivers, Craig, Corley, and Cutler, all over here on the far sidelines. Ball was overthrown, probably smartly because there were just as many Trinity defenders on the sidelines.
Oh, that was the best blocking we had as far as pass protection, but nobody was open that time.
Exactly. So St. James is going to do the smart thing, go ahead and punt the ball.
Yeah.
5:13, still plenty of time left in this game. 5:13 in the 3rd quarter. And once again, they're in that up-close formation where Boswell is not back. Are they going to try to block another punt? No. They're just setting up the return, and that punt is going to go. There's nobody back there. It hit the referee in the foot, but which was actually good because it may have slowed it down. The ball is going to be inside the 15-yard line.
Well, he looked like he was trying to get away from him, but the ball was coming chasing
exactly,
him.
And hit him in the heel.
Yeah.
They're marking the ball at not at the 9. It's not that deep. Ball's going to be at the 13-yard line. That's still going to be a plus 50-yard kick, and the punting game, with one glaring exception, is doing its job, pinning Trinity deep. It's time to stop them. Another 3 and out, perhaps another turnover. Unfortunately, St. James couldn't make advantage of that fumble recovery. But they have flipped the field, and now they do have field position and can't afford to give it up. 1st down, we're still here, 5:05 to go in the 3rd quarter. Trinity up 28-7. With the exception of that one drive, Patton Mitchell has been the quarterback. Sends a runner in motion, and he's going to keep. There's a deep pitch. And hit downfield, or hit.
Go, Wills Johnson.
It's Wills Johnson showing some force.
On a hard tackle.
Great tackle on 22, Parker. Still a pretty good gain. He's going to pick up about 5 yards out near the 20-yard line. It will be 2nd down. Trinity again, all they're going to try to do is run the ball and run the clock. They're going to try better to hold on to it. Just watch out. They might sneak one of those passes in there. Low snap. Parker takes the ball, and he gets through the line, and thank goodness Braylon Corley grabbed him, or he may have gone 80-plus yards for a touchdown. Last line of Trojan defense got him at the 40-yard line, but that's 22 yards, and Trinity has taken up the field position advantage, and they're all the way up to the 40-yard line, 1st down. Nearing the 4-minute mark of the 3rd quarter, 28-7 Trinity. Bit of a wide snap, and this time that's going nowhere. That looked like the play with the fumble. He was fake the handoff to Stewart, and it was kept.
Hines on the TFL.
Right. Assisted by Craig. Craig has been in on a lot of. Connor was back there as well. It's the C's. Ball's going to be back to near the 35-yard line. 4 5-yard loss. That's what you need to do to stop a team that's running your ball. Give them some yardage behind the line of scrimmage. See if they have to throw the ball here. Got Roth and Boswell wide on the right, and they are going to throw the ball. Bubble screen going nowhere.
That was beautiful.
Going nowhere. Grant
That was
Phillips
beautiful.
sniffed that one out.
Man.
Mason Craig had the blocker covered, and Phillips got around him, and that's going to go even more backwards. That's going to go back all the way inside the 35, back to the 32-yard line. Another 4-yard loss.
Well, he was being blocked too. Shed the blocker and made the tackle on the pass.
No doubt.
For a loss.
Yeah, they're expecting that. It's been a productive play for Trinity previously, but not this time. 3rd down and 18. And a big stop here. 10 seconds on the play clock, 2:50 on the third quarter clock, 28-7 Trinity.
5 seconds.
Looks like they will be able to get the playoff. They may be taking extra time.
Delay game.
They did not get the playoff, but they didn't throw the flag.
Oh,
there's pass that is intercepted.
That's an interception.
Oh, what a catch.
Did you see that?
Unbelievable catch.
Oh, my gosh.
That is Jackson Clifford who made the interception of the season. How? He bent backwards and caught the ball behind his back. That was just supposed to be a dump off, and there is another turnover on a play that never should have happened. Thank goodness it did, and St. James is in business. 1st down and 10 at the 32-yard line.
So 2 turnovers in the second half. We've got to be able to capitalize on
right.
these.
Got to make use of this great field position. And that could have been a disastrous play had that been completed because there wasn't much coverage beyond him. 1st and 10. Perry, is he going to go? Oh, he's handed the ball off and finding room up the middle. There was a surprise hole. As Connor, he's going to be inside the 20-yard line down near the 15. I don't think he's got enough for the 1st down, but that is by far the best play on 1st down we've had on a rushing play this game. He's going to pick up 9 yards and be very close to that 1st down, and the playbook is open. 2nd down, 1 yard to go from the 16-yard line. If we could pick up another touchdown here in this 3rd quarter, it's game on, baby.
Yes.
2nd down, 1 yard to go. You can see anything. Corley is here deep on the right side. Ball's going to be handed off. There was pressure, and he goes forward. Looks like Connor is going to have enough for the 1st down.
Timeout.
He will. It's going to be timeout because they made the 1st down. Ball down to the 14-yard line, 2-yard gain. 1st down, St. James.
That was Pruitt.
That was Pruitt.
Nice.
Clock restarted. Number 4, of course, that's Will Johnson taking the play in. Will Wright going back into the play. On the line. Ball at the 15-yard line, 1st and 10. Zukowski was in motion, slipped down, and no, they brought him back. 5 seconds on the play clock. Ball handed off. Connor saw some room on the right side, brought down. He's going to get maybe to the 14, 13-yard line, tackled by Luke Hall. But that's better than minus yardage. He's going to pick up a yard, maybe 2, into the red zone for Trinity. 2nd down, and they'll give him 1 yard. 2nd down and 9. We're in the last minute of play in the 3rd quarter. St. James headed into a bit of a breeze, which has kicked up again in the last few minutes. Field really starting to get chewed up in the middle, but there hadn't been much play on that end of the field. All 4 Trinity's touchdowns were down here. Didn't get that play in time. St. James going to have to take a timeout. I believe they are.
Yeah,
no, yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they got it in. Now, that time, the referee was looking and threw the flag, but the timeout was called. 32 seconds to go. Let's quick take a 30-second timeout before 2nd down. St. James football on WRBZ. We are back. You may have heard the little wind rush that brought us back in. It was a quick gust right there. The timeout is complete. St. James 2nd down and 9 from the Wildcat 14-yard line. Perry looking for the end zone, has room, and he has an incomplete pass.
I think we were lucky that was incomplete.
We may have been. Corley was in the corner of the end zone. He was open briefly, but that was number 6, Bo Stewart, who almost had his hands on that pass. And it goes incomplete, 3rd down and 9.
Needed to get a little more air underneath it. It was a little shallow. And
right, and you couldn't really tell. It had to be back there in that corner of the end zone, so we couldn't have had much more room to throw it deep. So we got 3rd down and a big 9 coming up. You would think this is almost certainly 4-down territory for St. James. Do you try to get part of the yardage here, or you go for all of it? Got 2 and 3, Corley and Alford on the side. Clifford, who made the errors to pass over the middle, is intercepted.
Golly.
It is intercepted, and fortunately it is taken down.
You know, the slant is a good play to run when you've got that kind of pressure coming up the middle like that. But the problem is you got to know where the safety is.
Right, and Fleming Hall had that read. Was probably very fortunate that he was tackled, because that could have very easily been a 90-yard pick six. So the teams trade interceptions, both of them pretty high-quality interceptions, and Trinity brought the ball back out to the 15-yard line, and they will have 1st down and 10, and will probably run one play.
So both teams with 2 turnovers now in the game.
And they've been very recent since the last play of the 2nd quarter.
Yeah.
And each team is taking advantage of one of them. So Trinity has 1st down and 10 at their own 15-yard line. When you neither stop, probably one more play in the 3rd quarter. Mitchell has the ball, and he's going to pitch it out. Parker has the ball, and he's got room in front of him. He's brought down by Mason Craig, but he's going to have 1st down yardage out across the 25-yard line to the 26. That's going to be they're going to mark him right at the 25. That's still 10 yards for the 1st down, and that is going to end the 3rd quarter. St. James won the 3rd quarter, is on the board, but Trinity still leads 28-7. The 4th quarter is coming up. We'll be back in 60 seconds. St. James football on WRBZ.
Go, go, go. That's life. And at CB&S Bank, we help you keep up. We're redesigning financial freedom with the most sophisticated digital products. Check balances, pay bills, transfer funds, manage your card, and even deposit checks from wherever you are. Make purchases using your CB&S Bank debit card through your mobile device with Mobile Wallet in participating stores and restaurants. Learn more at cbsbank.com. Charges and fees may apply from your cellular service provider. Contact your service provider for information. Member FDIC.
When you speak with patients at Just for Grins Orthodontics, you hear things like, the staff is great. My daughter's teeth look perfect. I've been using them for over 2 years, and my service has been nothing short of amazing. Or, my teeth have always made me a little self-conscious. Just for Grins fixed that, and not only do my teeth look great, they make me feel great. If you or your family need braces or Invisalign in a lively environment using the latest technologies with over 3 decades of experience, let's make the smile of your dreams a reality. Visit justforgrinsortho.com.
We are back. Trinity has just run the first play of the 4th quarter. It was a keeper by Schroll, tackled by Cutler and Max Ward. But again, Trinity getting plus yards on 1st down. They picked up a 6-yard gain, and their tempo has slowed. They're going to run down to probably 5, 4, 3 seconds on the play clock. Every play of the 4th quarter, they get a chance to. That one was down to 3. Schroll again with a handoff. This time he's not going to get 6 yards. Held up by Zukowski and then knocked further back. That was Phillips. That play is going to gain nothing. Ball is going to stop at the 31-yard line. 3-yard or 3rd down and 4 yards to go.
Got to get a stop.
Trinity needs to get to the 35-yard line. St. James is in bad need of a stop. Trinity has double in the in the backfield. You know they're probably not going to be throwing the ball. They certainly don't want to. And
they moved.
They did move. Oh, before they moved, a timeout was called. That'll stop the clock, too. So let's take a quick 30-second break. 10:35, Trinity 28, St. James 7, Trojan football, WRBZ.
If you're looking for commercial real estate, Moore Company Realty is your go-to choice. The experienced team has a deep understanding of local markets and can help you find the perfect commercial property for sale or lease. They also offer comprehensive commercial property management services to ensure your investment is well taken care of. Their expertise and dedication to client satisfaction has allowed them to thrive for over 130 years. Find out more at moorecompanyrealty.com.
Back after a quick Trinity timeout. Each team has used one timeout thus far in the second half. 10:35 remaining in regulation for the Optimist. Trinity, big play here. Third down, 4 yards to go from their own 31-yard line, and I would say a stop here is paramount.
They're going to throw it.
About to pass, and there's a throw, and it is almost intercepted. Corley took just a bad angle and was very close to getting the interception. It is an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock.
C.J. Edwards a little banged up, but he's moving around
right,
okay now.
And he was just a second away from a sack.
As soon as the QB got rid of the ball, he got crushed.
C.J. making his way off the field. Fourth down, clock stop. That's all you can ask for. 3 and out. Alford is back in punt formation.
So not bad. Defense has only played about 10 plays in the second half.
We could use a bad snap.
Yep.
But it's a perfect snap, and the kick into the wind is not going to go very far. It's going to take a great bounce. And bounce right into Alford, who caught it in self-defense and had a pair of defenders right next to him. But he probably saved 10 or 15 yards on the bounce. So
he's a baseball player, and he was catching it from the ground up. So a baseball player is pretty used to doing that. So we can't get too mad at him.
He's not All-State for nothing. That's quite true. Ball's going to be on the 40, maybe the 41-yard line, and it's time for St. James to get in gear. 10:17 to go. Down 3 touchdowns, 28-7.
All right, this is series number 10 for St. James.
And I believe the first maybe 6 series is they got 1 first down by penalty. They picked that up a little bit. The running game has peaks. And of course, according to the big touchdown run, we've got 3 wide receivers over here with only 2 coverage, including Michael Hassel. They didn't get an early snap. There's the pass.
Oh, what are we doing?
And it was thrown to the sidelines to C.J. Edwards, who's standing here, who's not eligible unless somebody tips the ball like happened earlier in the season. That was just an incomplete pass. I guess Hassel was the closest. He was the deep route. It's second down. Only good thing about incomplete passes, it does stop the clock. It extends the game, but it's not a school night, and the weather's fine. So,
no, that's great.
What would you rather be doing on a Friday night anyway?
Especially this weather.
Right.
Watching a high school football
game. And speaking
game.
of weather, of course, prayers to all those who were affected by Hurricane Helene.
Yeah.
Hope you're able to listen to this game. Means you got your power back on. Second down and 10, a bit of a trouble with a snap. Oh, bad pass over the middle. I don't know if that ball was tipped. But
I think his arm
had to have been, because that was a wobbler. It wasn't even a duck. Didn't get high enough for a duck.
Yeah.
Barely got high enough for a turkey.
Well, that's his fifth. He's 1 for 15 tonight.
1 for 15. That one pass was for 3 yards?
2 yards.
2 yards.
2
okay.
Yards, sorry.
I'm the optimist. Third down and 10, and you can see St. James is getting a little tired. Their feet are getting heavy coming onto the field. Again, a late call onto the field. We only got 7 seconds on the clock.
3.
Can't afford another timeout, but they're going to have to take one. They're
take
not getting the plays on the field in time. St. James timeout number 2, 10:05. And let's keep it here. I mean, this could very well be the play of the game if St. James wants to have a chance to extend it. Coach Blackwell has everybody out on the field. You can see Trinity people are out on the field as well, those that are allowed. I saw a flag go up. I mean, a football go up. Thought we had a flag. We don't need one of those.
No.
At least the chippiness seems to have worn down a little bit.
Yeah.
In the third quarter, and that's good. Besides the one pass interference penalty. St. James boys basketball coach Mark Hall out on the field having a discussion with the side judge. I'm sure that's very pleasant. They've probably seen each other in softball or basketball or somewhere else before. The timeout is over. St. James only has one timeout remaining. That was one of those timeouts that stopped the clock when it was already stopped, and you know, that's kind of tough. 3rd down and 10 yards to go. A must-make needed. They're at the 40. They need to get into Trinity territory. Easy for me to say to extend the drive. Finding the middle. The ball is caught by Craig.
Nice.
He's going to be about a yard short, immediately tackled by Fleming Hall. They're going to mark him at the 48-yard line. Probably not the best spot. He would have not made the first down regardless. But it's going to be 4th down and probably 6-7 feet, and no doubt St. James is going for it. Some late substitutions trying to catch Trinity off guard. They have someone running off field late, but St. James was one short, so they weren't be able to take advantage. 4th down and 2, and Perry tried to draw them quickly off sides. 10 seconds still on the clock. Perry has the ball. He's taking it forward. He's got the first down. Oh, Perry did not have the ball.
Yeah, he did.
He did have the ball.
Yeah.
Oh, he
don't. Yeah, it looked awkward.
It looked very awkward. I mean, it looked like he was just following the way.
Well, he got turned around backwards.
Right.
The
ball was
sort
away
of
from
walking
us,
backwards, if you will.
Okay. Mission accomplished. 4 yards, first down.
That's what we needed.
Exactly. Into Trinity territory. Clock becoming a factor. Pretty much has been since the second quarter, but 9:08 to go. St. James needs a quick score and another quick stop. Perry is back. He's had more room this quarter. Pass. That ball was tipped. Grant Phillips was open here on the near sideline, but that ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage. And that was McLean Brown. I think that's the 3rd ball he has tipped or deflected. So that will be 2nd down, a free stop of the clock, 8:52 remaining.
Yeah, so, it's tricky. You got to let your receiver get to his spot, but you also got to have a throwing lane that's clean.
Right.
And you can't force the ball through a throwing lane that's,
Right. And Trinity has some tall players, and they know to get their arms up. The ball's handed off this time. Connor takes the ball. He breaks one tackle. He gets inside the 45-yard line down to the 43. Tackled by McLean Brown, the pass deflector. The play's going to pick up 4 yards we'll give him. Into the Trinity 44. 3rd down and another big play. 3rd and 6, and if St. James goes for it, 4th down in their own territory, they certainly will here if necessary.
37 yards rushing now for Pruitt Connor.
That's good. He's finally found some holes and gotten some blocking. Getting down near the 8-minute mark. Time on the play clock. Perry's going to pass this time, or he's going to carry. He's going to be brought down from behind.
Dang it. Again, 35. Quarterback blitzed, and Perry's grabbing his knee.
Right.
Oh, come on, buddy.
That's a cramp.
Yeah,
it's not Perry, though. Perry's standing up. It's whoever the receiver was on this side. Is that Corley?
Can't tell if it's
that may be Corley Alford's over here on the side. Oh, it's Corley, and he's getting up. He is wearing a somewhat of a brace on his knee, and he's actually limping off the sidelines. But he's going on his own power and headed straight to the sidelines.
The wind just
I was fixing to say it comes up in spurts. It's not on the other side of the field. The flag's just barely moving, but you can hear it in the headphones.
Yeah, I think we got to go for it.
Oh, no doubt. Play lost about 3 yards. Fortunately, the referee in the clock tower is a little slow starting the clock. 4th down, 8 yards to go, and this is a must. One of Perry's best receivers not in. There's pressure. Perry's going to find room, and he's going to run. And is he going to have enough room? He is. He was tackled forward by Fleming Hall inside the 38, down to the 35-yard line. It wasn't the prettiest of runs, but mission accomplished
We will
once again.
take it.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. We're getting the plays in, and Perry's going to have to come out. I think somebody may have stepped. Oh, they're asking for a towel. Somebody stepped on his hand while it was on the ground. He's going to have to hurry. He's only got 15 seconds on the play clock, but at least he gets the play directly.
10
Alford
seconds.
over here is coming off.
Thank you.
So we need to get the play off. 7-10 and counting. St. James down 28-7. And no, he's going to pass, but he better pass quick. He's going down.
Good night.
Number 80, Morris, who caught the tight end pass early. Absolutely unblocked.
They're going to mark him down.
Way up the field. A
Way
very
up the field.
favorable spot.
I think it's where they made contact and his forward progression stopped.
Could be, because once contact was made, it was direct backwards. That's still going to be a loss of about 6 yards, but that's better than a loss of 16 yards. Ball back to the 41-yard line. 2nd down. We're 6.5 minutes and counting, and Corley is back onto the field after his brief time. Craig coming off the field. Hassel coming off the field as well. 4 seconds. Don't make him call another timeout. It would be the last one. Ball is snapped. Perry had time. He's going down again.
Good night.
There's somebody just not making her block, or Trinity is just sending more people than we can handle. That time it was Chaman Wilkins, number 8. It's the first time we called his name, but that was a big loss, and that's going to be all the way back into Trojan territory at the 45-yard line. They have to get all the way down to the 25-yard line of Trinity. That's 3rd down and 30. And the clock continues to run more than halfway through the 4th quarter. Trinity 28, St. James 7. The St. James defense has played stellar in this half, but the offense just had that little short circuit, and they're going to have to run the play quick, and there's the final timeout. Again, St. James couldn't get the play in time, and they're forced to call their final timeout. At least it's a timeout with the clock running. 5:26 to go. Oh, we had the flag down. They may try to get the penalty. They won't. Let's take a quick 30-second break. St. James football on WRBZ.
Nothing gets your attention like the pain you get when it hurts to walk. When you have that pain, reach out to Southern Specialty Physicians. Dr. Brian Sellers is a board-certified vascular surgeon with over 15 years of experience. And Dr. Brandon McCullum is an experienced podiatrist. Southern Specialty Physicians are working to keep Alabama walking. Located across from the AUM Water Tower on Sydney Curve and online at ssp.care.
We are back at Ragsdale Boykin Field. Trinity 28, St. James 7. It is 3rd down and about a third of the field for St. James. Has got to get all the way down to the Trinity 25-yard line to extend this drive. St. James is now out of timeouts. If they want to stop the ball, they're going to have to do it by going out of bounds or other methods. They can't call timeout. Perry sends Connor in motion. Here's a pass, and the ball was tipped. They're asking for interference. There was none downfield. The ball was tipped into the middle of the field dangerously by Luke Hall, and St. James is going to get a flag for arguing that one too much.
Alford's really upset that he says, look, you can see his jersey is off his shoulder pad.
Yeah. They missed one there. The ball was downfield, so it would.
And then he was pretty upset.
He was pretty upset. Now, I guess maybe the referee had said something to him earlier, but he crossed the line. And they're actually calling a sideline warning, so that would not be a penalty per se, so that's a break. Of course, last week, Talladega was actually assessed a penalty for a pair of sideline warnings. So that was an incomplete pass. 4th down, 30 yards to go.
You got to play for 4th and 30?
I don't. I just say fling it. This is like backyard football.
Yeah.
You just want to make sure you get the play off and not make it have to be 4th and 35.
So I can promise you number 35 is going to blitz, the middle linebacker.
Yeah, no doubt.
So let's just go ahead and assign Pruitt Connor to block 35 when he comes right up the middle.
Okay, got the playoff. Perry's looking for room. You ain't going to be able to run it. He flings it, and the ball is in the hands of Corley, but it's out of bounds and incomplete. And that's going to turn the ball over to Trinity. Good try. Perry got the ball away and had a receiver.
But again,
it would have still been 12 yards short of the yardage necessary anyway. But those two big sacks just put him in bad position, and Trinity is going to be the recipient of good field position. Time is running low, 5:06, and we will keep it here. Trinity ready to hit the field, and now they're going to send Fleming Hall back into quarterback for his second drive of the game. First down and 10 for Trinity, and, they're not going to do anything but run, and run that clock. St. James cannot stop it, and quite conceivably, 2 or 3 first downs might be enough to run this clock out. Bit of a peculiar stance. Hall takes the ball, is going to keep her, and is going to have room. He's got 5, he's got 10 yards.
Flag
he's going to go all the way for a touchdown, but it's not going to count because there is a flag that was thrown way across the way. There are 2 flags.
I think number 7 for Trinity may have just gotten a personal foul.
That would have been a 55-yard touchdown.
I think we have 2 penalties.
We may have 2. There's another one. There's a third penalty. We still got flags.
That's on the sideline now, I think.
We've got a lot of talking. St. James is smartly well away, and the chippiness that was gone from the game is back. And if another something has to get thrown, it'll probably be a hat because there's no flags left to throw.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a sideline, a personal foul, and a holding. Offsetting.
Yeah, they're going to have offsetting penalties. But the question is, will the sideline warning is against Trinity, and that will be enforced because that is not, I don't believe that's I guess it is part of the offsetting penalty. So
okay.
After all of that, that's just a big nothing and wasted 20 seconds of clock time.
Yeah, it's back to being chippy
Coach
again.
Blackwell wants an explanation.
Yeah.
Apparently the personal foul penalties happened during the play. They were not dead ball, or the original penalty would have been marked off. Coach Blackwell maybe just wanting to get a rest for his players. I'm trying to find out, but these referees are one step away from losing control of this game.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I wonder why there are only 5 referees here tonight for such a big game. There were several games throughout the state canceled because the weather. Catholic Sarah Lamb was canceled for another reason we know of. But the discussion is complete. The clock is stopped at 4:54. And Trinity is once again going to have first down and 10 from their 45-yard line. And they're coming back to take the huddle. Billy, the PA announcer, loving to death for Trinity. 3 penalties on that play. I've seen 5 on one play before, but 3 is a bunch. Yes. Story for another time. Here's Hall on a duplicate of the same play. He's going to be hit inside the 45 to the 42-yard line. Dylan Hines again, who's playing a whale of a game.
He is.
That was good. Number 62, Cutler, who's wearing 62 now as opposed to 87 in. With the stop, that play is going to pick up 4 yards, just what Trinity needs. 3, 4, 5 yards on first down. It will be second down, and St. James looking a little dejected out there. They could use a stop. They want to keep Trinity off the scoreboard at all cost.
At all cost.
Trinity in absolutely no hurry to run the play. We're down to 4 minutes, 10 seconds. And it looks like that play is going to be called again. The fresh legs of Hall. He's going to be down inside the 40 to the 35-yard line, which would be enough. We'll see where he gets marked. He's going to be marked 1 yard short. Correction, he's going to be marked at the 35-yard line. 6-yard gain, good enough for the Trinity first down.
Corley on the tackle that time.
Right.
And we're blitzing a gap with a couple of guys. The dangerous thing about that is if you get if they get a gap and and get some space, they're going to go all the way.
Right.
Instead, I would, if you think they're really just going to run the ball, just put 11 men in the box.
Yeah.
And just
and now Trinity has number 6, Bo Stewart, in the backfield, and he's going to run the same play.
There we go.
But he's not going to go anywhere. Brought down from behind by St. James, number 6, Grant Phillips.
And they're running to the left every time.
Yeah, that's been exactly the same play called 4 times. That one's going to go backwards a little bit. Second down and 11, 12 yards to go. Trinity again in no hurry. We're down to 3 minutes and counting. 28-7. Looks like Trinity might want to be protecting their quarterbacks, and they've got Stewart out there who seems to be just as effective. 7 seconds on the play clock.
Hey, JR.
Hey.
I bet they run the ball to the left.
I bet they do.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's a reverse.
No.
Oh, and this could be a disaster. Oh, there's a flag immediately, though. The ball is to number 1, Boswell, and he's going to go inside the 15 to the 10-yard line. But it's not going to count holding, which will, if nothing else, will stop the clock and prevent a lot of yardage. Number 6, Phillips, was just tackled by either the center or the left guard right there. And the ball's going to be marked off 10 yards from the spot of the foul, which is actually behind the line of scrimmage. Will remain second down, a little over 2.5 minutes to go. The clock will stop temporarily. Ball all the way back to the 46-yard line. Second down and about 21 yards to go. Clock is running, and again, Trinity in absolutely no hurry. One more first down will be enough to run the clock out. St. James trying to stop, strip the ball, and if we were betting men, we'd have been wrong on that last one. Ran a reverse. This time the run is to the right, and Stewart gets a pretty big hit and knocks Will Johnson forward, knocks him to the ground too.
Yeah, Will's, the way he fell funny.
Yes. He's making it up in his own power, but he needs to come out and is coming to the sideline.
He kind of landed on his tailbone.
Right.
The way
and it wasn't a flat down tailbone either.
It
was a twist.
Yeah.
So Stewart gets a ball, picked up about 5 yards on the play. Clock is running under 2 minutes. Third down, 18 yards to go officially. And Trinity again looking toward the sideline. St. James. Again, like I said, they've managed to keep Trinity out of the end zone, except for one time, with the exception of the final 2 minutes of the second quarter, which will be discussed for a long time in this series and hopefully soon be forgotten. Trinity's not going to be able to run a play, so they're going to call another timeout. Let's take a 30-second break. St. James football on WRBZ.
A fire can spread through your home or business in less than 2 minutes. That's why it's important to think ahead and have the proper fire protection installed before it's needed. Brendel Sprinkler Company can inspect your current system and help make sure that you have the proper equipment when it's needed. Brendel works in new construction, existing homes, and renovations. They not only want to help extinguish fires, they want to save lives. Since 1960, with over 5,000 successful installations. Find them online at brendelsprinkler.com.
The 9:15 Delta commuter from Atlanta got a chance to hopefully see part of the game. It's not good they couldn't see the scoreboard, but I think they're about right on time.
Yeah.
As they go over the field. Trinity takes a timeout. They would have one left if they choose to use it. Third down and long yardage to go. Third quarterback, Bo Stewart, is in. Ball is at the 42-yard line of St. James. Third down, and you wouldn't think they're going to run it. In fact, they have Stewart is 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. He may throw it in a shotgun, but will probably run to the left where all the coverage is. The ball is way behind him. It is into Trojan territory. He falls on it, but the ball is going to be way, way back into Trojan territory. That's going to be a 25-yard loss.
Bad snap.
Will Johnson pressured on the ball and is going to be Too bad we don't have one of those timeouts now. Ball all the way back to the Trinity 38-yard line. It's going to be 4th down and almost half the field. They don't even want to try to catch this one. Trinity in no hurry to snap the ball. We are under 1 minute and counting. Lawson Roth, the backup punter, is in. Offered is deep. They showed it's 4th down and 50 yards to go. It's not quite that many, but it's a bunch. There's the punt, and there's a bad snap, and Roth is going to be taken down.
How about that?
St. James covered a bad snap. You wonder if this bad field gets the ball wet and they just can't snap the ball off the turf. St. James is going to have a chance to put another touchdown on the board. Ball at the 29-yard line of Trinity.
So you probably no timeouts.
No timeouts. It'd be a big lift. 4 shots to the end zone.
4 shots to the end zone. But we got to have some blocking. Got to have some blocking.
Got a few fresh legs out there. We've got Luke Catchings. You can tell who's been in with the dirty jerseys. That's been most of them. Too many Trojans on the ground. Perry is under the center for the snap, and he's going down.
Still hadn't blocked anybody.
John Morris is probably playing a career game. Scored that big touchdown all by himself, and that's got to be his 3rd sack at least, and probably his 5th or 6th tackle for loss. And St. James ain't going to go through that again. Perry is discussing that with the referee. He didn't take it too kindly, but that is going to be the final play of the game. And St. James is going to walk off the field with an 0-3 record against the city of Montgomery. But believe it or not, they're still in playoff contention and in good playoff contention. The final score, Trinity 28, St. James 7. Teams are at the field shaking hands. Let's hopefully keep it friendly, which they should. Coaches hugging each other. The cheerleaders are right behind them. And was the best night for St. James. But like I said, with the exception of a 2.5-minute period in the second quarter, they played this team evenly. We're going to take a 2-minute break for one more chance to recognize our fantastic sponsors, and Brad will give us some stats at the end of the game, maybe some scores. Once again, your final score from Ragsdale Boykin Field, Trinity 28, St. James 7. We'll be back in 2 minutes. St. James football on WRBZ.
You want to see your money grow without a whole lot of fuss? Well, you're sure to find some peace of mind at Riverbank and Trust.
Hi, this is Billy Wiggum with Riverbank and Trust. When you need a winning game plan for your finances, trust our home team of community bankers. From local banking expertise to newest innovations and technology, we have all the right strategies for your financial success. Experience the home team advantage for yourself at Riverbank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Hi, Montgomery County Probate Judge J.C. Love here. I want to wish the St. James Trojans an exciting and successful season. We're cheering for you every step of the way. Go Trojans. And while you're gearing up for the games, don't forget to protect what's important off the field too. Our REACT program helps safeguard your property from fraud and theft. Visit our website or call us today to learn more about REACT and how you can protect your home and investment. Let's have a great football season and a secure future. Go Trojans.
Gulf States Distributing has served the law enforcement, military, and first responder equipment needs for over 40 years. Along with their 100-plus product lines of law enforcement equipment and apparel, they have one of the largest ammunition inventories in the Southeast. Gulf State's well-stocked showroom and friendly staff reflect a hometown atmosphere. Visit them today at 6000 East Shirley Lane. Gulf States Distributing's mission is to provide quality products at competitive prices with exceptional service.
I'm Cliff Meidel, 2-time Olympic athlete in the sport of sprint kayaking. In 1986, my life changed forever when I struck 3 buried high-voltage cables while working on an excavation site. 30,000 volts of electricity blew through my body. I'm lucky to be alive and able to walk again. Accidents like mine can be avoided with a simple call to 811.
Accidents can happen to anyone. Know what's below. Always call 811 before digging. Brought to you by Alabama 811.
We are back here at all of a sudden windy Ragsdale Boykin Field. Trinity, the victorious team tonight, 28-7 over St. James. Let's recap the scoring real quick. There was no scoring in the first quarter. The starting quarterback for Trinity was Patton Mitchell. He was replaced on the third drive by Fleming Hall, who moved the Wildcats down the field at the end of the first quarter. And on the second play of the second quarter, he had a quarterback keeper for 1 yard and a touchdown. And the extra point was good by Ryan Basil. I hope I pronounced his name right. He connected on all 4 of his extra points, 7-0 for Trinity. The game remained 7-0 until about 2 minutes to go in the game, and then disaster struck for St. James. It was a 68-yard pass and run to Chase Parker, who took the ball down about the 10-yard line. On the next play, Mitchell found Matthew Scroll for a 10-yard wide-open pass and a touchdown, which gave Trinity a 14-0 lead after the extra point. St. James got the ball back and was hoping to drive, but a fumble was an immediate turnover in the red zone, and it took Trinity only one play to score a 28-yard touchdown pass from to John Morris, number 80, who had a big, literally big game tonight. And that was from Mitchell, the extra point, 21-0. And then on the final play, St. James was trying to run out the clock to get the first possession of the third quarter. Trinity rushed a punt. It was a bit of a bad snap. It was blocked. Ball went way up in the end zone, landed in the end zone, and was fallen upon by Chase Parker just before it got out of the end zone. So touchdown and an extra point, 28-0 was the score then. So Trinity scored 3 touchdowns in a matter of 97 seconds at the end. St. James did score in the third quarter. Pruitt Connor broke loose on a 13-yard run. It would be the only score of the second half. 7:44 to go in the third quarter, and Dylan Hines continued his perfect streak of extra points during the year to make the final score Trinity 28, St. James 7. Trinity improves to 5-1 on the season. St. James is going to drop to 3-3. 0-3 against Capital City Conference teams. They don't play anymore. They didn't schedule Alabama Christian this year. But importantly, they are 3-0 in the region. And
3-0 in the region.
If they go 4-0 in the region, they will be in control and might have a first-round number 1 playoff spot at home, which would be a great thing considering the region that they meet up against in the first round of the playoffs is that
right.
deadly Mobile region with Mobile Christian and Jackson and St. Michael's. And we would love to play whoever the 4th team is in that region. I'm going to turn it over to Brad now. And the stats got a little bit better in the second half. It couldn't have gotten much worse.
No, it was the first half was not good at all. But the second half, we did force 2 turnovers in the second half, which made it a lot more interesting. And that's what we needed to happen. So, but finally we got a little bit of traction running the ball. 27 carries, 49 yards. Pruitt Connor had 11 carries for 37, and Mason Craig. You give him credit for the 1 carry for 33. I guess that was the blocked
the fake punt.
The fake punt.
Right.
Yeah, the fake punt when he got to run the ball. That was a nice pickup too. Chase Perry ends up with 11 carries. Some of those design runs, some of those running for his life for negative 20 yards. Grant Phillips, 4 carries for -1. So again, 27 carries, 49 yards. Passing department, 2 completions on only 18 attempts and only 2 completions. That's a tough night.
That is a tough night.
For 10 yards and an interception, no touchdown passes, but he did connect with Mason Craig for 8 yards and Pruitt Connor for 2 yards. So 45 offensive plays, 59 net yards on the night, it looks like. On the defensive side, Wills Johnson, 6 tackles, 3 assists. Zakowski, 5 tackles, 1 assist. Grant Phillips, 5 tackles, 1 assist. Of those 5 tackles, though, for Grant Phillips, 3 of those were tackles for loss. And Grant Hines ended up having a good night, too. He ended up recovering a fumble and had a tackle for loss and 3 other tackles and an assist. And then Clifford ends up with an INT. And a pretty cool looking INT.
That was by far the best one of the season. There's no way he could have run the ball because the way he twisted, but
yeah,
the fact he held onto that ball and he hit the ground pretty hard was
amazing.
Was a credit to him.
Yeah.
So St. James is headed back toward across the field to their locker room. And 6 games, 3-3. They've got 4 regions games left, 2 at home, including homecoming next week, senior night the following week against BT Washington and Claiborne County. They'll finish the regular season up on the road with 2 road games against Tallahassee and Munford. I would say 2 of those games are quite winnable. All 4 of them are winnable if St. James will play right, but this team next week from BT Washington, they're also undefeated in the region. They may be the team with the best skill players we play all season, with the exception of Catholic. They have receivers that can outrun anybody. They have lanky receivers that can catch the ball. They have defensive pressures, and that's one thing St. James has been very susceptible to is the defensive pressure. So that's something that Coach Blackwell will certainly work on during the week. But like I said, St. James, after that disastrous minute and a half at the end of the second quarter, they played very respectably in the second half, and they've got Trinity is a very good team, and they've got nothing to be ashamed about.
No.
I see that's not a good sign. I see Braswell walking off the field on crutches.
Crutches, yeah.
We'll see how that holds up next week. We'd sure love to have him back. We'll need full strength next week against the purple and gold Golden Eagles.
Yep.
Any final thoughts?
Yeah, just we got to get better at the fundamentals. Blocking. I thought we tackled pretty well tonight. Made some mistakes, let some guys get behind us on a couple of pass plays for touchdown. Just we really got to play fundamentally better football, and it comes down to blocking.
And related to that, again, we kind of fell into the trap we've had the first 2 games about not getting plays in time.
Yeah,
during the third and fourth quarter, we
sure did.
You know, and that showed you wasted those timeouts, which we could have used later. But that's something. I mean, you know, do you have to call 2 plays in advance? You know, when you're in a situation like that. Maybe Coach Blackwell's offense is not ready for that yet, but
yeah,
it looked like a problem that had been overcome, but it will have to be readdressed this week. But St. James has got a full week of practice. They got 2 more games at home coming up back to back. It's homecoming week, and we all know all the excitement and festivities and frolic and everything like that will be going on. I'll be sure to invite all the St. James fans that are in town. The annual St. James Powder Puff flag football game is going on Tuesday night. And, you know, is there any possibility that St. James will ever get a female flag football team?
It's up and coming. The sport is.
I know we had some girls last year, Ava Card. I mean, she could have been a star in flag football. Of course, she was too valuable in other ways, and hopefully she's probably just now started practice up at the University of Chattanooga as college basketball practice is in session. But, of course, we wish the best for her, and we wish the best for St. James. Trinity is pulling up the tarp, and the wet field is going to wait at least another week unless they play on Monday in the junior varsity game. St. James has 2 more junior varsity games. They have Montgomery Academy coming up this Monday and Catholic coming up the following Monday. Hopefully they can score a point in a game. The junior varsity has played in a lot of the games for the varsity at the end of games. They didn't get in so much tonight. They did last week. But it'd be nice to see them get a W under their belts, and the middle school is improved from last year. So that's our Trojans of the future, and we want to see them do well.
Yep.
That is going to wrap it up from Ragsdale Boykin Field, as the field is just about clear. Again, we remind everyone that St. James will be back in action next Friday night at the friendly confines of historic and beautiful Carlisle Field. Homecoming 2024 against the Booker T. Washington Eagles from Tuskegee. We certainly hope to see you there, but if not, Sonny Brasfield should be back, and the A-team will be back on the radio. You'll get to listen to me again for supposedly the last 2 games of the season, the road games at Tallahassee and at Munford, but we'll see about that. That's later in the season. St. James, like I said, 3-0 in the region, and if they could get to 4-0 and be the only team in the region, they would be in control and probably would actually clinch a playoff spot next week if they would get a win. But let's don't rush it. Let's have a good week of practice, get everybody healthy, and get ready to go out there and beat BTW, which we have the previous 2 times we've played them. That's going to wrap it up from here. A big thanks to Brad Armagost. And once again, I hit my friend Steve Cutler in the knee. If it was my left knee and I did that, you'd hear some kind of noise that would, rattle the dead like that. But he's the IT guy, and he's kept us on the air, and I thank him for that. Sonny's, like I said, taking care of business somewhere up in North Alabama. He'll be back next week. Hope you're doing well. Again, with prayers for everybody that was involved in Hurricane Helene and its aftermath. Like I said, if you're listening to us, that's a good thing. It means you got your power back home. St. James takes it tough tonight. Trinity wins 28-7. They'll be back next week, and we hope to see you at St. James Carlisle Field. If not, we hope to hear you on WRBZ Radio in the Raver region, and we hope to see you on the WRBZ Radio page on our Facebook. Thanks a lot to Terry Barber and Little Engine Broadcasting. We couldn't do it without you. We love you, and thanks for continuing your support of St. James football. That's it. Final score one more time. Trinity 28, St. James 7. You've been listening to St. James football on WRBZ.
Thank you for listening to tonight's St. James Trojans broadcast. This year, our sponsors are Gunthorpe Financial, Montgomery Dentistry, Zaxby's, Breck Honey State Farm, Regions Bank, Alabama 811, J.C. Love Probate Judge, Merrill Lynch Webb Chastain, Adams Drugs, Brindle Sprinkler Company, Southern Specialty Physicians, Alabama One Credit Union, TW Orthodontics, Moore Company Realtors, Montgomery County Sheriff Derek Cunningham, Encore Rehab, Merrill Lynch Jake Ray, CB&S Bank, Just for Grins Orthodontics, Riverbank and Trust, Gulf States Distributors, Cadell Construction, Dentistry for Children, Katie Steenwinder, Houston Clinic, Cross Country Mortgage, Doug's 2 Salon, and Montgomery Paint and Body. Join us again next week for another night of exciting St. James Trojans football on WRBZ.